Joining me in the commentary box today is Mr. Gordon Templeton. Morning, Gordon. Come in afternoon.
Standing looks even better than during the under 19 men's World Cup.
Yeah, no, the ground staff have been doing a phenomenal work here from the World Cup all the way. So the field is looking fantastic. Eastern Storm have won the toss. They've elected to bat. Both teams, especially Eastern Storm, coming from a win on Wednesday against the Garden Route Badgers. They won that game by 9 runs this past Wednesday. They've got the momentum, having played 3 games in 7 days. And Northern Cape last played on Sunday, and they lost that game against Limpopo in Palace by 13 runs. So they'll be looking to recover from that and register their win in this CSA T20 Division 2 competition.
Oh, well, geez, that stands Northern Cape Heat in good stead then, if they've had the rest. So they've obviously worked out exactly where their challenges were. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a good game. Just one observation though. Aren't the Northern Cape hot playing in black?
Especially from where they come from.
Exactly.
Being close to Namakwaland.
Exactly.
You would think they want to be away from dark colors as far as possible, but it is what it is. But we are looking forward to this beautiful game, and walking into bat and opening the bat facing the first ball is Kabelo Sikukune from the Northern Cape, and his partner there is Dane Rousseau.
Scabello, the young man that played in the under 19 Kaimatula Cricket League, second highest scorer.
No.
Not him?
And opening the bowling for Northern Cape Heat is the old horse, Bashir Walters. He's moved around a bit. The man from the Eastern Cape is now based in the Northern Heat, in the Northern Cape. First ball. Bashir Walters opens with a wide ball down leg. I guess that's a bit of a loosener. And hopefully after this, the old experienced guy will then know what line and length to be bowling.
Interestingly, that he's coming around the wicket to the left-hander. I did see a bit of movement. It seemed like the ball pitched on middle and then moved to leg and therefore wide in this particular format.
There we go. There's him hitting his line and length, being clipped for 1 down to square leg. And that opens the account for Eastern Storm.
As a resident of Eastern's Cricket Union, from which side does the rain normally come? I see the wind is blowing quite strongly from the Willow end, which is the southern end. What direction does the wind normally come from? I mean the rain.
Yeah, in the east, normally you would swear that rain comes from everywhere, because when it rains, it does rain. But the rain that comes from the south there, in the old days would say when it comes from lands.
Yes.
Then you know that it's gonna rain heavy. Once we look behind us and it's in Pretoria, then we know it's gone past us. So the rain coming down from the south is the one to worry us. At this moment, the skies are looking a bit fine for now. So I'm sure we will be able to finish the game. But that's what I said again on Saturday. Oh, good bowling from Bashir Walters, and a flash and a miss. And the man is hitting flies and missing the ball.
Just short of length, and it darted inward somewhat. And the batsman was caught at 6s and 7s. There was Rousseau, looking to get off the mark there, having faced 2 balls already.
Oh, beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Beautiful pick-up. Few bounces for 4. That is him, Daniel Rousseau, opening his account.
Clearly very strong on the back foot then, because that wasn't too short, but he picked it up well as you described, and yes, carded it through car corner for a magnificent 4 to open up his account.
Yeah, no, he had a nice game against Mpumalanga when he scored 82. And this partnership with Sekhukhune scoring 44 in that game, I'm sure they will be looking to repeat that, which was their first game. Unfortunately, in that game, they still lost, chasing at 202. But hopefully this time around, they're looking to score some runs in a winning side.
Walter's previous ball, or the one that Rousseau scored a single off, wasn't that short either, and he cross-batted that to deep square. Yeah, clearly the mission is get runs and get them off the back foot quickly.
Oh, sneaky run there.
Good running there, good running between Rousseau and Sekhukhune. And after the first over, Eastern Storm 8 for no loss after the first over, with Sekhukhune on 2 and Rousseau on 5.
Yeah, the last game here that was played against for Eastern Storm against Eastern Cape Inyati. It was disturbed by rain. The Eastern Cape Inyati ended up winning under the Duckworth Lewis system. And while we were talking, we picked up that anything above 170 odd would be a good winning score here. But the outfield is very quick, as you can see, it's nice and smooth. So I don't know if that would still be the situation if they are aiming at scoring just over 175.
Well, just from that boundary, that first boundary that was scored, it was quite evident that the ball is going to travel. Here we have Eastern Storm coming in and opening, Northern Cape Heat, beg your pardon. Ntuli opening for them from the northern end, the Ikuruleni end, Tepo Ntuli.
Yeah, beautiful shot that by Sekhukhune, sweeping him for 4, down to the onside, just down to deep square leg. Beautiful shot, beautiful pickup. Oh, reverse sweep again, beautiful pickup down to the boundary for 4. Sekhukhune looks like he means business here. This is exactly how he looked like on Saturday when they played here, and it looks like this is his game plan, because he's playing the same way in these past 2 games as he is again today.
I would say the openers have come out with a clear plan. As you said early on, 170 seems to be the target, and they want to capitalize on the power play in the first 6 overs. So yeah, clearly not wasting any time.
Yeah, good response there by Ntuli.
He looks right arm orthodox, off spin.
Yeah. Oh, another beautiful shot.
Just opening up his wrists there slightly and carting the ball through the covers. Extra cover had anticipated the shot being played straight and ran to his left, and then the ball went to his right, thus opening up the gap and the ball running through to the boundary for smooth 4 runs.
Yeah, if this is anything to judge by, looks like we're going to have a beautiful game.
Oh, opportunity there for Nduli to catch out Sekukune, caught and bowled, but the ball just lofted over his head. Almost seems like it got stuck on the pitch there.
Yeah, definitely.
Has there been any rain this week?
Not much. There was a drizzle, I think, on Monday, but there hasn't been anything. It's been dry. It's just today that it looks a bit cloudy, slightly windy, but it has been really, really dry. And Tuli, Tsepon Tuli, also a bit of experience under his belt. He's moved around the country, having played at Lions, having played at Warriors, having also played in Free State. So he's moved around, bit of experience. So I guess that's what teams like these, Northern Cape Heat look for, a bit of experience, especially at Division 2 to help the youngsters. As you can see, they've also got Jonathan Vandia, who's come out of retirement.
My word. Indeed, they have. So after 2 overs, Eastern Storm 22 for none after 2 overs. Yeah. It seems to be a strategy of theirs all around in order to get the experienced players to try help them get promotion into Division 1 then. And in the 3rd over they've made another change to the bowling.
Quite strange that because the first over only went for 8 runs. I don't know if it's just a change of ends from Bashir, because he's hopping and running around. Doesn't look like there's an injury to him. So I wonder what could have been the driving force towards that bowling change.
Possibly. Trying to find who the bowler is from the southern end that replaced Bashir. Johan van Dijk is the bowler that's replaced Walters from the southern end. Now coming around the wicket to Sekukune.
The keeper is not standing that deep, Divan Postumas. I don't know if that's an indication of obviously this
great shot. Great shot.
Beautiful shot for 4.
And it beats the 3rd man fielder over there. Actually just dove over the ball, and another boundary for Sekukune. This is a surname that seems to be coming up a lot in various sports now that Sekukune United have got promotion to PSL soccer. There was a Sekukune in the under 19 Women's World Cup as well, if I'm not mistaken.
In the senior women's team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, in the senior women's, right. Yeah. Played off his hip there by Gabelo Sekukune.
Yeah, both related, by the way.
Oh, are they? Brother and sister?
Both related, brother and sister.
My word.
The other one is a bowler. You can see who used to bowl to the other one, because the other one is a batsman.
And an opening bat at that as well.
So at the end, you get these products.
Oh, it's good. That's good. That's. I wonder if that's ever happened. We need to get some research done there and see if we've ever had a brother and sister playing first-class cricket.
Yeah, Rousseau missed out on that short ball. The previous one, in the first over with Bashir, very same short of a length ball. He was able to pick it up nicely and hit it for 4 down on the onside. This one he struggled. He made contact, but didn't make good contact to hit it to the boundary. Just hit it straight to the fielder. Yeah, nice pickup there by Rousseau. Just nicely guiding it down to the third man, who's fielding about 10 steps off the boundary to get his one. And I think this left and right combination is also doing well for Eastern Storm, because it just does not make the bowler to allow to settle, because he constantly needs to change his line.
Correct. I'm still fascinated by the insight you gave of the Sidokune family. So where do they hail from?
Good bowling there, good bowling from Johan van Wyk. Yeah, no, they are both from the East End. I'm just not quite sure exactly where. I don't want to fool our listeners or viewers back home, but they are from the East End. I'll find out exactly where. I don't want to say they are from Tutuza.
Right. Sure. After 3 overs, Eastern Storm 29 for none after 3 overs. And yeah, here we go again, Colin. Seems like Northern Cape Heat are employing a strategy of 1 over each, just to see how the bowlers go.
Yeah.
Now they brought on from the northern end, replacing Tepunduli. They brought on another change, and we'll tell you shortly exactly who that is. It's Van Rensburg. Benjamin Van Rensburg has replaced Tepunduli from the northern end, and he's also going around the wicket. No, he's a left armer. Starts his run up with the ball in his right hand, but a left arm medium pace, planted that ball slap bang in the middle.
Yeah, fascinating this tactic of Northern Cape Heat, just giving their bowlers one over each. The captain, Grant Thompson, from Northern Cape Heat, we don't know, maybe they've made some research and they've thought this would be the best plan to avoid. Oh, beautiful bowling. Just nicked a slight edge to get Danny Rousseau caught down by the wicket keeper. Brilliant bowling. So maybe this plan is working.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Rousseau there almost definitely got fooled, because the ball looked like it was there for the drive, and then Van Rensburg nipped it away slightly. So that slight movement is what beat Rousseau. And he falls, the first wicket to fall for Eastern Storm. Rousseau on Misley, 16 if I'm correct.
Yeah,
no 6 off 10 balls.
That was a fantastic ball from the bowler. Left arm across, it went across the right hand bed, and that's what they look for. When you're a left arm bowler, that's the kind of wicket that you look for. So fantastic bowling. And coming into bat for Eastern Storm is Shailen Pillay, the man originally from Lenasia, who's now moved up to Benoni, the city of lakes.
You would know why I'm laughing, yes. Colin also hails from the southern end of Johannesburg, and resides on the east now, and clearly has taken a liking to the east, and taken like a duck to water, in that he even knows all the nicknames now. So what is Benoni called now?
The city of lakes.
City of Lakes.
Yeah. You know, if you read the Bible, you'll notice that all the wise people are from the east.
Ah, there we go. Van Rensburg in to Shailen, and yes, also beautifully beaten there to the right-hander. Yeah, he does seem to have the ball darting away slightly.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if the captain, Mr. Grant Thompson, will stick to his tactic and swap his bowlers around, seeing that the bowler is becoming successful.
Also notice that they've been playing with deep square quite deep for all the bowlers. They must know something about the Eastern Storm batsmen loving the ball short and pulling.
Yeah, Van Rensburg looks like he's picked up his straps and he's knowing where to bowl very early in his first over, and so far he's looking good.
Beautifully played off his hip, running down to fine leg for a smoothly played 4 runs, and Shailin Pillay is off the mark after facing just 2 balls.
Yeah, commentator's curse. As I was just praising Van Rensburg, then he bowls a bad one down leg and gets clipped beautifully by Shailin Pillay for 4 runs down to fine leg. So maybe this is an early sign that we must stop praising the players,
especially this early on in their spells. Oh, as we say that again, the ball seems to just have paused on the pitch there as Van Rensburg delivered that, and after 4 overs, Eastern Storm 33 for 1 after 4. It seems like particularly that area, the ball seems to almost stop there. And by the looks of things, it looks like Bashir is coming back from the southern end. Yeah, this is strange. You had said that they had a 7-day rest or so, or this week.
Yeah, no. The Eastern Cape Heat played their last game last week, Sunday, and whilst Eastern Storm played 3 in 7 days.
My word.
So the last time they played was 5 days ago, Eastern Cape Heat, whilst Eastern Storm played on Wednesday, 3 days ago. 3 days ago, yes.
So I'm trying to make sense of the swapping of the bowlers after one over each.
The only thing I can think of, Gordon, is perhaps maybe that left-right combination. Maybe Bashir felt he struggled a bit.
Right.
That's my only assumption that I could come up to.
Sure.
But we shall see if now that he's bowling the second over, what happens. And now he's bowling to 2 right-hand batsmen.
No, Sikukune is still there. Kabelo Sikukune is still there. So left-right combination still.
Oh. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah, Rousseau was the right-handed batsman that went out for 6. Oh, beautifully pitched. Between wicket and wicket. It almost looked like it came back into the right-hander.
Yeah. No, Bashir, I've had the pleasure of working with him even down in the Eastern Cape when he was there playing for Eastern Province amateur side and also the Warriors. He can bowl the whole day.
All right.
He enjoys bowling. He doesn't enjoy batting much, but he also does back himself as a batter, even though he would constantly tell batters that I don't feel like batting today. But he's a true bowler. He's been playing this game for some time now. Good experience.
Looking at his shoulders, seems quite well built, upper body quite strong, and that would probably lead to why he would bowl all day.
Oh, good pickup, down to the man that deep square leg for just 1 run by Shailin Pillay. Again,
the deep square is right on the boundary, almost setting a trap. Now, you've got 2 fielders out, left-hander coming into play, and the deep square for Kabelo is about 5 or 10 meters in from the boundary. Yet the on the offside, point seems to have stayed on the boundary on
Yeah,
that
well
end.
bowled. Well bowled, Bashir. Well bowled there from Bashir. His first over went for 8 runs, and so far he's doing well. He's in 5 balls. He's just gone for 2 runs. So great recovery, great comeback.
Seems to have paid attention to what the wicket is doing and what the batsmen love doing, having watched his fellow bowlers bowl to them. So
Yeah.
it seems to have worked it out. And as we say that, he makes a change to the field, sending fine leg down to the also 10 meters off the boundary and bringing in backward point into the circle.
Oh, what a shot! What do you call that shot? Just on the rope. I think it fell short. Just hit the rope on the inside for 4 runs.
Correct. Umpire indicates 4 runs. Yeah. Unfortunately, you couldn't see exactly where it landed there, but yeah, umpire indicating 4 runs. Yeah, interesting shot. And it's almost as if Gabello anticipated he was going to bowl short.
Yeah.
Moved to the onside and then almost like a tennis serve.
Yeah, like an uppercut.
Correct.
Of some uppercut or slap cut of some sort to hit it down to the boundary.
Right, well, here's a change. Van Rensburg continuing in his second over, so what
Beautiful.
beautiful ball.
Yeah, you remember when I said in his last over, that first over it is to say I'd be interested to see if Grant Thompson will change him because he bowled beautifully and he's the man who got the wicket.
Correct.
So I guess he's now continuing with him because he's delivered. Maybe the captain was strict to say if you don't give me a wicket in your over, you're
in the
out.
first over. Yeah, I'll give you a run on the condition that you give me an over.
There's another beautiful one, pitting the outside edge there of Shaylin Pillay. Yeah, no, this Van Rensburg looks like he's in the business. He means business. He hasn't done too much wrong, except that one I spoke earlier on, and he got clipped for 4 down to fine leg. But so far he's bowling well. Those first 2 balls have been brilliant.
I'm just paying close attention to Shaylin Pillay's feet. Yes, I'm
Yes,
right. He's
yes.
not moving his feet at all.
It's the same thing that happened with Rousseau. That wicket, that clip that he got nicked it to mid wicket.
Yeah.
Same. So maybe that says the movement from the bowler, that they're anticipating to land on leg stump and stick straight, and yet it's going across.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. But I would have thought that there would be at least a trigger movement. But Shaylin, well, let's watch this ball. Just short of a length and rising. Shaylin Pillay seems to have been hit on the glove. No, just below the elbow. He's taking a walk to the onside, checking his upper arm.
It's the bottom of the edge, bottom of the bat into the body down for 1 run.
Here's another interesting change. They're sending the deep square back onto the boundary. I wonder if Van Rensburg is going to try bowl it short in his last ball before the over.
Yeah, those 2 fielders standing behind the keeper there. I don't know if they do disturb. They disturbed me as a commentator. I thought they were part of the fielders.
Yeah, almost. And there's a big appeal from Van Rensburg as Gabello went down on his left knee, trying to scoop the ball. Yeah, no, spot on, Colin. Actually, I would have thought, as you mentioned that, almost like they would have had a like we had in age group cricket, a long stop
Mm.
just behind
Yes.
just behind the wicket keeper.
Yeah, my son does that fielding in his school team, his under 10 team.
Oh, then he has a strong arm then, yes?
Fields behind the the keeper. Frustrates me, but what can I say?
Sure, that's the power ball done. I mean the power play down after 6 overs. Eastern Storm are 41 for 1 after 6. Change of bowling again from Northern Cape Heat. Klaba is on from the southern end and first ball wide.
It's the change of bowling.
Yeah, Jerome Klaba coming on from the southern end.
Jerome Klaba.
Klaba.
Good running there between the two batsmen. Good bowling, good running, good cricket all round. The skies are looking nice and clear. Not bad down the southern side, Gordon.
From Lens.
Yeah.
It's probably because the Lens boy is now facing, showing play. So they decided, no, let's give him a run. Klaba landing that ball almost a Yorker right on Shaylin's feet, and he managed to get the bat down in time, going down the track just to do a bit of gardening.
Yeah, really interesting this technique of Northern Cape. Looks like they're not looking to bowl guys right through, just keep on changing the bowling. Maybe that's their way of making the batsman not to look settled. It slowed down Kukune a little bit, but that again is partly because he hasn't been on strike. Now that he's back on strike, let us see what his intention is.
Could it be the pitch that is being used is the reason why when Cabello is facing the deep square is not right on the boundary. The pitch they're playing on seems to be more to the western end.
Yeah. So they've gone closer towards Tom Jones,
Right.
And away from the grandstand. So they've moved away from the sort of what we call international strips,
Right.
which is number 5 and 6, which is in the middle. So the one they are playing on now is number 2. So it makes the boundary on when Kukuna is batting on the onside, that boundary to be
A bit longer than.
long. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Klaba's got a beautiful action. His left arm comes up straight and almost classical right arm fast bowling over the wicket after 7 overs. Eastern Storm are 48 for 1 after 7. And Klaba's over just 7 runs. And looks like Grant Thompson is really rewarding Van Rensburg here. Because in his 2 overs, he's only cost the Heat 6 runs. Taken 1 wicket and only cost them 6 runs.
Yeah. But isn't he not changing? It looks like that's a new bowler coming in.
Are they changing?
Yeah. Jersey number 24 is Van Rensburg, and this is jersey number 28.
Yeah, you're right, Colin. It does look like a change of bowling. It's Van Dijk coming on the northern end. You're on Van Dijk.
Oh, swapped ends.
Swapped ends, yes.
Yeah. Opens up with a short ball and immediately called a wide by Square Leg Empire, Miss Lauren Achenberg. As tall as Shailen was, even if he tried to reach for that one, he was never going to get there.
Kabalo Sekukune, although he seems to have been quiet, seems to be striking the ball quite well, having scored 30 runs off the 17 balls that he's faced. So his strike rate seems pretty good.
Oh, and Ransberg
Clipped it beautifully off his hips there. Did Shailen play for 4 runs down to fine leg.
yeah, no, and that brings the 50 up for Eastern Storm.
Yeah, that 50 coming off just half an hour at the wicket, and the partnership between these two then would make it just short of 50 runs again. I'm sure that 50 will come up shortly as the boundaries keep piling up. And as I say that, Shailen play goes on his back foot.
And a great attempt there by...
Yeah, and he
by
does
the
stop
fielder.
it. He does stop. And the batsmen are through for 3 runs.
Yeah, no, beautiful shot there and beautiful fielding by Van Ransbeck there, if I'm not mistaken, at the boundary to save what was possibly a 4 runs. He saved the run.
Quick running between the two batsmen, which is a good sign that their communication is spot on, because while Shailen Pillay was batting, the fielder was on was a deep backward point, and is now a deep square for the left-handed Cabello. And Cabello just gets on his back foot and he just starts it down to fine leg where a fielder is waiting, and they threw for another single.
Yeah, good over there so far. 3 balls, just 9 runs from it. They're doing well so far.
Not too shabby.
Looks here, Johan van Dijk has been a welcome bowling change for Eastern Storm. Looks like they're enjoying him.
Unless their strategy is to go after Van Dijk. Van Rensburg is a threat, and as Shailen plays that ball, his bat comes out of his hands. He completes a run, but the bat is right in the middle of the pitch. Cabello picks it up. I wonder if the previous ball that hit him on his upper right hand may have affected his bottom hand, and thus his grip as his batting is loosened. Van Dijk coming around the wicket to Cabello now.
And let's see what this swapping of right to left will do for Van Dijk, for his line.
Oh,
It was a beautiful Yorker and well played by Sekukune just to get it out.
almost dummied Sekukune there, because prior to him running in, he had indicated to deep square to go further around the wicket, and then he bowls that Yorker,
Yeah,
almost indicating to the batsman that he's going to pitch it short.
yeah. And I must say, Sekukune made that look very, very easy, and it was actually a beautiful ball by Johan van Dijk. And he comes back with a ball down leg.
Wide down the leg. Extremely wide down the leg. You did mention commentator's curse there earlier, and
Yeah.
just lost concentration, unless he's thinking that
He's got two experienced guys, Van Beek next to him, with Jonathan Van Der and Grant Thompson guiding him through the over. Beautiful Yorker again there as a reply from Van Dijk from his previous ball.
And yes, after 8 overs, Eastern Storm 59 for 1 after 8. And let's see if we're going to have another change of bowler from the southern end. No, it looks like Jerome Kaba is returning for his second over.
On the trot.
On the trot, yeah.
Surprising.
Well, he only went for 7 runs in his initial over.
Bashir, remember, went for 8 overs. He was changed.
Yeah, correct.
I thought maybe the deal here is get a wicket, you stay.
Unless the captain's thinking is let the change bowlers get 2 each, the opening bowlers get 1 each.
Yeah. Oh, that is an inside edge from Shaylin Pillay and goes all the way down for 4 to Fine Lake. And Fine Lake was rather a bit square, so that was far off for him to reach. Runs are runs.
Yeah, Shaylin looks like he's in a spot of bother.
Yeah.
He seems somewhat uncomfortable just running. He looks like he's limping as well, but we'll see when they take another run. And doesn't seem quite the Shaylin Pillay that we know in front of wickets.
Oh, great attempt to the fielder.
Ball hitting the square on the ground and just going over the head of the point fielder.
Yeah, Tsepontuli is a good fielder. Normally he would be disappointed with that because he knows the level of standard that he set for himself over the past. He would have wanted to have stopped that, but he still slowed it down, that the fielders that managed to get around it and pick it up.
Oh, jeez.
Kukuna is coming up with his funny shots.
Funny is diplomatic way you're describing it.
That looks like a front foot sweep on the walk or something. I don't know what you call that shot, but effective that it got him 2 runs.
Yeah, no. Yeah, as you said, runs are runs. Amanda, the scorer, just pointed out to me, Shaylin Pillay seemed to have started slow and he's just scored off his 20 balls. He's on 21 already.
Yeah.
And yeah, geez, I'm not too sure what Gabriel Sekukune is trying to do there. Move to the leg side, and Jerome Kaba must have seen him coming and pitch the ball just off stump, and the ball going across Sekukune to the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, Sekukune, one thing about him is his feet are not necessarily the greatest, but he's got good hands. And sometimes he gets away just like that, a beautiful shot over the bowler. And Jonathan Van Der chasing and stopping it.
He looks like he's a big unit, Van Der has become.
Yeah, that's 3 runs for Sekukune. Jonathan Van Der definitely saved a run there. It would have been 4 runs. But as big as he is, he stopped it. So good fielding from him.
Indeed, he made good yards. You mentioned that Sekukune has got good hands. That probably explains why the shots he's been playing look so not orthodox cricket shots. The 1 or 2 that he's played that had us questioning where he got those shots from.
Compared to that shot now for Shaylin Pillay, hit it beautifully for 1. That was a good cricket shot, but his hands nice and straight. I mean, the bat nice and straight. Really not even hitting. It looked like a block. But with the size of bats nowadays, you don't need to be strong.
And the meat these bats have as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eastern Storm after 9 overs. 70 for 1 they are. After 9 overs. Yes, the heat, Colin, this past week. Tell you what, I find myself dozing off occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has all sorts of impact on one's body. I was down in Cape Town on Tuesday, doing a corporate gig, and from the northern end, Tepo Nduli comes back into the attack. Right arm orthodox.
Beautiful. There's a man there at the boundaries, the captain, Grant Thompson, taking that beautiful catch to get Shailen Pillen out, caught at a deep, long
Off.
off.
Deep long off, yes, and Shailen Play succumbing to Nduli there, first ball of his second spell, scoring 22 of just 21 runs. Shailen Play did. I did mention that he looked somewhat uncomfortable. Yeah, almost as if he's nursing some sort of injury.
Yes, definitely didn't look comfortable throughout his his inning. I wonder what would have been the cause, because if it's something that he came in with in the game, I'm sure that would have been taken into consideration. But yeah, coming into bat is the exciting young man from the World Cup, Devan Mare, who looks to be in good nick, and he's brought that form into this competition here. In his last game now against the Routers, he scored a 29. This past Wednesday, he scored a 60 odd on Saturday when they played here against Eastern Cape Inyati.
Ah, geez.
So a young man who's really looks like he's got a great future. Every time I look at him bat and I watch him bat, he excites me, because he's got all the shots in the book, and he's got the right temperament for a young man, 18-year-old from Marefel. I'm sure his school will be very happy and proud of this young man.
Does he like the red or white ball format better? And particularly T20, because from what I've seen of him, he likes striking the ball.
Yeah, beautiful first ball to get 2 runs. This would be great running if
oh my word,
out. He's run out. The brilliant fielding by Northern Cape Heat to run the young man out. He was really ambitious for that second run. And as I was about to finish that sentence to say this would be brilliant running if he makes it, and he was run out, and you could see how upset he is with being run out just after facing 1 ball.
And the umpire didn't even hesitate.
Sure.
She put up her finger right away, so he must have been out by quite a distance. Yeah, Devin Murray not even registering a run by the looks of things in his ambitious 2 runs that he did off the first ball he faced.
So what will be his score? 1 for 1?
Yeah, that would be interesting to see, because he faced 1 and they completed the first run, and he was run out on the second one.
Sure.
So yeah, let's wait and hear what our scorers have to indicate to us. Looks like they're chatting away on the other end over there. Just looking to find out if Devin Murray would have scored a run, because he was run out on the second run, attempting the second run. Yeah. So yeah. So he scored 1 run. Yes. Out for 1 run. Next batsman has the number 18 on his back. Looks like Devon Postumus.
Yeah. The wicket keeper.
The wicket keeper.
Devan Postumus.
Devon.
Also from first ball, running for 1. I would be a bit worried. My batsmen are looking to just get out like that, but his at least was slightly comfortable, because He wasn't looking to go for 2 runs.
We are in the 9th over, and in 3 overs, 2 more wickets have fallen. Because after 6 overs, Eastern Storm were 41 for 1 after 6. Now they currently, with 3 more balls in this 9th over to go, they 72 for 3. So yeah, I would definitely be worried too, Colin.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get the message out there to calm down. It may be a T20 game, but there's a lot of
There's
time.
Kukune again with his beautiful hands, reverse sweeping that one down to down for 1 run. Yeah, you're quite right, Gordon. The message needs to get out there to say we've still got wickets in hand, and this is the 10th over, so we're halfway stage. We've still got another 10 overs to go. Let's look to a 1 to finish the 10 overs, and let's see how close and possible we can get to that 175, 180 mark.
And the run rate is at 7.5, so they're motoring away at the moment. There's no need to be taking the sort of risks that they are taking. But yes, after 10 overs, Eastern Storm 74 for 3 after 10, with Gabelo Sekukune on 37 off the 24 balls he's faced, and Devon Posthumous having just joined him at the crease on 1.
Yeah, no, good over that from Northern Cape Heat. Got them 2 wickets just for 4 runs. So that was a very, very good and productive over for the men from Northern Cape.
It looks like
Aba
is continuing. That means that's 3 wickets. 3 overs on the trot then.
Yeah.
And beautifully run down to the 3rd man boundary of a ball that is pitched just short of the length, and Posthumous runs it down to 3rd man for a single, putting Gabelo Sekukune on strike.
Yeah, I think Kabelos Kukune is looking for men to stay with him, because he is looking very good in getting Eastern Storm to a good total. Just need men to bet with. There's those hands again, Gordon Templeton. There's those funny shots again. Productive shots, but not textbook shots.
No, sure, looks strange, but that would be an indication that he's got a very good eye as well.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's following the ball right until it makes contact with the bat, and as a result, he can look as funny as he does to us that are traditional cricketers.
Devon Posthumous, as a traditional cricketer, he didn't come up with any creative shots to play that one.
yes, yeah.
Because that was also short and slightly wide, compared to the previous one, which Sekukune hit down towards the onside for 1.
Correct. It looked like he came out of the back of the hand from Kaba.
Oh, beautiful shot by Devon Posthumous, but not enough power, and then it just bounces to the fielder, and they get 1 run. The breeze looks like it's slowed down a little bit, Gordon. It's not as heavy as it was when we started.
Indeed. The trees on the southern end, the willow end, don't seem to be waving as much anymore. So yeah, it looks like Shell in Play certainly sent the rain clouds back to Lens when he was at the wicket, and the wind probably have taken them away as well. Just looking at the north, sky's blue on that end. Kaba to Posthumous.
Yeah, look, I think Eastern Storm are doing well, even though the boundaries are not coming. At least keep the scoreboard ticking and get those 1s.
Correct, and they certainly are keeping the scoreboard ticking, because after 11, Eastern Storm are 79 for 3. So 9 overs to go. Run rate has come down. It was 7.5 2 overs ago. It's 7.2 now. And you are predicting 175, Colin, as a winning score?
Yeah, let me just round it off and say 180 would
Right.
be I think would be a winning score. But remember, runs on the board also need good bowling to be defended. But 180 should be good enough to put some pressure on the chasing team.
Once again, Ntuli is continuing, but he bowled that one somewhat short, and Devon Posthumous just carted it on the onside where the two fielders came running in, and they cut off what would have been two runs.
Oh, brilliant catch. Is that Klaba?
Let's see who that is. We'll find out who that is. But
Straight at point.
Gavilo came down the wicket, double stepping the off spinner, Ntuli, and cut the ball straight to the point fielder. Who, yes, you are right. It was Klaba that was fielding at point, or backward point, which means Gabelo Segukune out for 39 in his 53-minute stay, facing 28 balls, scoring 8 dots he faced, and scoring 5 boundaries as per his wagon wheel. Meaning that Eastern Storm are currently 80 for 4 after 11.
Yeah, this should worry Sikukune. And like I said, they played 3 games in 7 days. His first game is scoring 44, and second last game he scored 35. Now today scoring 44. 39. Not converting these good stats that he gets, and does give Eastern Storm a great start. But it would be even better if he finishes off and converts them to a big 50.
Indeed, Aaron Fisser is replacing him at the wicket, right-handed batsman. Ntuli to Fisser. Oh,
that was that a chance?
I would say pretty close. Fisser also darting down the wicket.
Also looking for one.
Also looking
his first ball.
It would seem like that the coach must have heard what your prediction is for a good score.
Yeah.
And probably gave the instruction to the batsman coming in. Okay, it's time to get on with it, boys.
Yeah, and looking at the replay, that was a chance. And truly, what a great attempt to dive to his right for that one. It would have been a brilliant catch had the ball stuck in his hand.
Geez, that would have put him on a hat trick then.
Fisher's second ball also. Looks like the message is clear from the change room that we need to step up the gear a bit to get as close as possible to a good enough score.
Good running there between Posthumous and Fisher. Ball just played on the onside. Fielder's pretty far off, and the batsmen are through for a single, bringing the Eastern Storm score to 84 for 4 after 12. 84 for 4 after 12.
And is the man again Klaba?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be the first bowler to bowl through.
Yeah. Looks like the captain is happy with him. He's maybe stuck to their plans, and they are continuing with him, and he's bowling his last over. Gets clipped over the wicket keeper, straight down for 4.
And that ball was somewhat wide, Colin.
Yeah.
Extremely wide. It would have been called a wide had the batsman left it. So Posthumous reached out, and then it clipped the top of his bat.
Sure. Funny this cricket match, because this cricket game, because he had clipped that and got caught at the keeper. The coach would have said, "Why did you play at that?" Because it's a wide. But now he played that wide ball and got 4 runs, and everybody claps hands.
And again, he gets onto the back foot, clips it through the cover region where there's a gap between extra cover and cover, with the cover fielder deep on the cover boundary.
Yeah, no, beautiful running from the 2 batsmen, and they comfortably got 2 runs there.
I think the message has been sent out. Chaps, it's time to get on with it. And there again, Kaba goes extremely wide, having Posthumous reach for it. Posthumous had initially moved to the onside, and then just stretched his bat out, and no run there.
Yeah, I think they know the plan to Posthumous, that bowl slightly wider to him, because his first movement tends to go towards the leg side. So anything outside off stump tends to be a little bit far away from him to play. Hence, it looks like he's lunging at it. If he can just be taught that he must look to go, the basics, look to go towards the pitch, the line of the ball. So it looks like Klaba is purposely bowling it wider.
Sure. So would Northern Cape Heat have gone back home after their match against Mpumalanga?
Yeah, that's a great shot from Posthumous Divan. You can see that anything slightly middle stump or leg stump, he can play those ones beautifully, because that's where he moves towards.
Right.
So he tends to be slightly strong on anything straight or anything, even though that one was picked up down, it was outside off stump. But he's looking to play everything towards the onside.
Onside, yes.
Yeah.
And that they go to the onside again. Look to the onside again for a single run. Yeah, I was asking Colin. So with the Heat having played in Mpumalanga on Sunday, would they have travelled all the way to the Northern Cape and then travelled back up here again, or would they have stayed up here for this particular match?
Yeah, no. Unless they've got a serious budget, they would have gone straight home.
Right.
And then come down here for this match today. Because as I said, they last played their match on Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, if he had missed it, he was gone. He was going to be stumped. But let's look at what the umpire, or it is runs to the batsman. I thought it's just leg runs, leg byes, but it looks like he clipped it. So it's 1 run for Fissa. And there's another beautiful shot by Divan Posthumous, hitting it down to square leg for 4 runs. Beautiful shot.
Oh, the sound of that came sweetly off the bat as the ball bounced on leg, and he adjusted beautifully and took the ball to the leg boundary, just to the right of the square leg, deep square leg fielder. And again he hits the ball. Yeah. And that's the 100 up for Eastern Storm.
Yeah, beautiful 100 runs coming up from 85 balls with 11 fours, no sixes surprisingly so far, Gordon.
It must be because of the pitch that they're playing on, I would suppose. You described the international pitches being 5 and 6, am I right? Or, yeah, 5 and 6. And we saw a lot of sixes being hit from those particular pitches, and particularly as we're sitting on the northern end watching the game. So yeah, it must be a good 70 odd meters then to the boundary there.
Yeah.
And as a result, the batsmen do not want to chance their luck with fielders out there. Yep, there's a deep mid on as well as deep square as well as cow corner.
Yeah.
Out in deep mid wicket. So they're playing it safe and not trying to go for the not trying to go for the big runs. Yes, after 14 overs, Eastern Storm 103 for 4 after 14 overs. Eastern Storm are. Northern Cape Heat turning on the heat now,
Sure.
bringing down that run rate with only 6 overs left.
Yeah, and that would explain why, in terms of the long boundary, why Ntuli was bowling from the commentator's end, because he would, if they go for him, he not backs himself in a way, but sort of maybe believes that he could get a catch at the boundary.
Sure.
And coming on to bowl from the other end is Bashir, coming back on to bowl his third over. I must say he hasn't bowled terribly bad. Just this strategy of giving him one over each. I don't know, is it old age creeping in or just a technique of Northern Cape Heat?
As a old age could possibly be creeping in, he seems to be just bowling from the willow end,
Yeah.
and hasn't swapped ends at all. So he's taken a liking to that particular end, and his 2 overs have only cost 14 runs. So yeah, he has come back. His first over, as you indicated, Colin, was 8 runs.
Yes.
So yeah, with 6 overs to go, Thompson throwing the ball to him and saying, well, have another go. And there he has a beautiful go at Posthumous. That ball pitched just short of a length outside off stump and seemed to have kept low.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, no, Bashir's experience, I mean, you would have seen the adjustment from his second over, having picked up where the runs are being taken. So whilst he's not bowling, he's looking at areas where he needs to be bowling, where the other bowlers are doing well.
Would your recommendation be then post his career he takes up a bowling coach job and teaches the bowlers to assess what the batsmen are doing or what the wicket is doing while they're not running in?
That's if he's keen on getting away from his cook sisters, because I know he's a man who loves his cook sisters, and I think he likes baking them. I think he backs himself as being a baker after cricketer. But yeah, no, look, the man is very experienced. He knows the game, and he comes from a beautiful shot there by Fisser, hitting it over square leg, the deep square leg field at the boundary, to be now the first 6 of the game.
Indeed, it is. It is the first 6, the shorter end of the field.
Yeah.
To the what would be I'd say the western end, and Fisser picked it up beautifully and over the deep square fielder for 6 runs off Bashir.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's the first 6 in the 15th over, because being the shorter boundary, like you say, rightfully so, Gordon, this side, you would have thought that the batsmen would have backed themselves to get more 6.
Yes.
And there's Fisser going at it again. Brilliant fielding down there at
Deep square, they
at
only
deep
get
square.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only get one. So it clearly indicates either that the pitch is slow and the ball's not coming on as the batsman would like it to go, but that particular ball that Fisser smacked over there must have sat up and he got behind it, he got underneath it to cart it over the deep square boundary.
Yeah, and I noticed that at Fisser, unlike maybe Kukune, who's also got beautiful hands, Fisser tends to play the ball slightly late, which maybe helps him to pick it up. And Divan Postumas hits the second 6 of the match. The message is quite clear, Gordon, that we need as much runs as possible now, because we've still got 6 wickets in hand. It will be criminal to score a low score with so many wickets in hand. So let's rather go at it. You can see the captain outside the change room getting ready as well, Shane Datswell, to come in and bat. So we don't know if that's the captain sending a message to say, if you are not doing it, I'm prepared to come in and do it myself.
100%, because Eastern Storm currently, after 15 overs, 118 for 4 after 15, as we see another change of bowling. Van Dijk coming back into the attack from the northern end. replacing Tepuntuli, who's allocated 4 overs, went 2 for 30 in his 4 overs.
This would be the last over of Johan van Beek, correct?
I would yes. No. He's got another 2.
So this is his third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got yes.
So possibly the men had to bowl the last over.
By the looks of things, with 5 overs left, yes. That run rate has picked up as well. It's 7.8 now. So yes, the message seems to be very clear. Gents, let's get on with it.
Oh, that is a clip. I don't know if the fielder. Brilliant catch!
No, it went between his hands.
Did it go through?
Yeah.
I thought that looked like a brilliant catch from where we are. And that was a great attempt by the fielder down there.
I think what had us all fooled was it looked like as Jerome Kaba was in mid-air running from a rather squarish fine leg area as that ball was clipped in a failed hook. And again,
There we go again. Same shot, but this time, again, same results, but there's no attempt of a catch. It's now clean, but another 4 runs from Visser.
seems Van Dijk is a bit quick for Visser, so he's not hooking and hitting the ball, or the ball's rushing onto him. As a result, he's through with the shot before the ball gets there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and that's why it's going straight
Yeah.
up.
Clipping that outside edge and going over the keeper.
Oh, in comes Van Dijk again, pitches it outside off for the drive. Visser puts his left foot to it, and
Brilliant running. Brilliant running.
mid-off fielder fumbles there. Van Rensburg fumbles, and they run through for 3 runs as he recovered, trying to get the ball before it got to the boundary. But they got 3 runs there.
Yeah, no, beautiful running. Poor fielding from Van Rensburg there. You don't expect that at this level. But again, it was also played beautifully after the 2 previous shots by Visser. That one was a beautiful cricket shot down to mid-off.
They currently, partnership, have 49 runs, and if that is a run, if he's not caught, yeah,
There's a chance and he's caught.
commentators curse that partnership 49 between Posthumous and Visser, and really got the run rate up, because now they over 8 runs and over as the 5th wicket falls.
Yeah, no, brilliant partnership from these two. I mean, when Visser came in, that run rate was on 7.5,
Yes.
and it's now on 8.1.
Divan Posthumous, 29 runs coming off 21 balls, and he hit that massive 6 as well, and just 2 4s in his 24-minute stay. New batsman in for Eastern Storm is their captain. Their captain, Shane Datswell, coming in. Colin, let's see if he's going to practice what he preached, standing outside there warming up with 1 ball to go from Van Dijk in this over. And immediately Datswell is off the mark, and that is the end of the over. 130 for 5 after 16. Eastern Storm are 130 for 5 after 16.
Yeah, no, that shot as well from Shane Datswell coming in also clearly shows you the intent from. They're not here to just stay around. They need they need as much runs as possible. So they are probably have given themselves a high score of about 180 or maybe plus.
Right, so that would mean like 24 balls to get 50 runs, because there are 4 overs left.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of skitskop and donor on the way here, as Benjamin van Rensburg comes on as the bowling change from the southern end.
Yeah, and we know Shane Deswell can hit a long ball. So the last 4 overs will be really interesting.
Bashir then, again, just bowled 1 over
Yeah,
in his comeback. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it must be age then. Just bowling six balls and taking a break, getting a breather, and then coming back on again. As a bit of socky plays behind us, or is it below us?
maybe it's somebody in the crowd playing some music. That should have been 2 runs if they were running hard. Have they been Fisser and
Posthumous.
Devon Posthumous, because they were running very well between the wickets. I'm sure they would have gone for an attempt to run 2 runs there.
Indeed. Colin, what do you make of Van Rensburg going left arm around the wicket to 2 right-handers? I would have thought with his opening spell,
Where, especially in that first over where he got 1 in his first over, where he got the wicket of Rousseau
yes,
going across him. So you would think that would have been enough motivation for him to bowl
over the
right
wicket.
arm over the wicket.
Yeah.
I mean left arm over the wicket.
Indeed. I specifically kept quiet there as he was running in. Looks like his tactic is he's going to bowl wide of the wicket and allow the batsman to reach for it, because he's got 3 fielders on the offside with Vandier at back with point. He's got 4 fielders on the offside.
5.
5 on the offside, but 4 of them.
Beautiful shot. Is that a chance? No way. Is it a chance? It goes all the way, being hit towards the sea field there for 6 runs.
Yeah, I was describing the offside field that Van Rensburg has.
Yeah.
He's got Vandier on the edge of the circle at backward point, but he's got 4 fielders on the boundary. He's got a deep mid-on, deep extra cover, call it a cover, yes, cover, also on the boundary, and then he's got 3rd man on the boundary as well on the offside.
Definitely saving boundaries, giving them plenty of ones.
And bowling wide.
Yeah.
As well. So the strategy is clearly that they're looking to have them play on the offside, and that's the reason that Van Rensburg is coming around the wicket,
Sure.
to both right-handers.
Yeah. Look, I think it's creative thinking from Grant Thompson, because I think he's picking it up now that the less boundaries we give them, the less score we're going to chase.
And it will get the batsman desperate as well and trying all sorts of things. As you said, Datswell can hit a long ball, so rather frustrate them, and also because that's a longer end of the field now.
Sure.
And what
Beautiful
does Datswell
shot
do?
by Shane Datswell.
What does he do? Datswell moves across the wicket, following the ball, way outside off stump, and he just pulls it across to Carl's corner for a massive 6 on the grass embankment.
Definitely. So they've seen that if they're hitting it on the ground, they're going to get 1s, because Grant Thompson is saying, I'm not going to give you 4s, I'll give you 1s. So the other captain, Shane Deswell, is saying, well, if you're blocking it on the ground, we're going to go over and we're going to go for 6s.
On the onside.
Yeah, captain to captain.
There we go. 146 for 5 after 17 Eastern Stormar, as Van Dijk comes on to bowl his last over from the northern end, the Ekurhuleni end. Van Dijk has taken 1 wicket for 29 in his 18 balls that he's bowled. Oh, that was somewhat of a hike. Will a fielder get there in time? Oh, that would have been a brilliant catch from deep square had he been able to make the ground.
Yeah, no, that was a brilliant attempt from Tshepo Ntuli.
Mr. Qoba, have you been eating your carrots? How can you see that's Ntuli from where we're sitting?
I
Jeez. mean, this is a man that celebrated his 50th birthday in April last year, and he can see them clearly.
Shows you that age is just nothing but a number.
Indeed, brother. Indeed, and oh,
he kicks it out for 4. Klaba there, and that is beautiful from. Is that Fisser?
yeah, and that is 150 for 5. Eastern Storm are after facing just 108 balls. In their 150, they scored 4 massive 4s and 14 4s. So, Colin, you're spot on. The message is out. Get on with it. Because where we hadn't seen a 6 for their 100, they've now scored 4 post that 100.
That should be a wide.
And indeed it is.
That's what normally sometimes happens when best bowlers being hit. They sometimes tend to run away from the line, running away from the batter, and that's what you end up with those results of bowling wides.
Not aware that changing from what you are accustomed to allows the batsman then to do what they want to do or what they're comfortable with. So if all the bowlers had done what Bashir had done, watching what the batsmen do, they would stick to their plan, unless obviously the plan has been upset by the bowlers. I mean by the batsmen.
Yeah, even though Bashir has had in his favour a breather in between his overs.
Well, evidently, as I pointed out, it would seem that age has caught up with him, and as such, he's taking a break after the 6 overs. But nobody tell him I said that. I wouldn't want him to come up here.
Especially because he's a big man, Gordon. You wouldn't want him to come up here.
I described his upper body, and those shoulders look even bigger because he was on the far end of the field. He's closer to us now. Those are massive shoulders, those. What would his pace be? Over 130s?
Yeah, I think he slowed down over the years, Bashir. He was a bit quicker earlier on, and he slowed down. Now it's just experience bowling. So now I'm thinking it's about 130.
Taking the ball, shining the ball and walking towards Van Dijk, sharing a bit of wisdom and probably indicating to him what he should be doing. Bashir is, as Van Dijk turns, running in to Eastern Storm captain Shane Datswell. Oh, and he misses that as Van Dijk pitches the ball.
That was coming straight to us, Gordon, if it was hit. I don't know, should we say we are lucky he missed it, but that was a definite big shot.
So Datswell is clearly not looking to hang around. He's not there for a long time. He's there for a good time hitting the ball as far as he possibly can. Yeah, and they've messed up with Van Dijk's figures there. As he bowls his last ball, his 4 overs would have cost him now 39 runs. 1 wicket for 39 in Van Dijk's 4 overs.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who they bring on. Oh, they've swapped, they brought Van Ransbeck. No. Is that...
No, you're spot on. It is Van Rensburg coming on from the southern end. Actually, yeah. Van Dijk and Van Rensburg look alike, so it looked like they were bowling from that end.
Yeah.
But he was bowling from this end. Fisser is on 40, having faced 20 overs. And, okay, Van Rensburg must have heard us, Colin, because now he's bowling left arm over the wicket now to the 2 right-handers. And he puts that outside.
And
Yes.
and immediately goes a wicket. So I guess if Van Ransbeck needs a coach, he must just come up here to you, Gordon, because then you would advise him accordingly.
You know, funny enough, maybe I should move back to my alma mater where I went to school in Kimberley. Take him through some coaching there. Shane Datswell scored 10 runs in the 12 minutes here that he was at the crease, hitting that massive six, just facing 4 balls. Shane Datswell, Eastern Storm captain, and he's being replaced with the number 20 on his back, Leander Luba, by the looks of things.
Yeah, that's Leber.
Is it Luba?
Yeah.
Also looks like a tall character.
Yeah, big boy.
Yes.
Funnily, when you look at him, you would think he's a quick bowler, but he's actually a left arm orthodox
Batsman.
a spin bowler. And, he's
spin.
a batsman.
Right.
Leandre Leber. Yeah, that wicket worked brilliantly. I think it was well thought, that plan by Northern Cape Heat, moving the boundary, the fielders to the boundary, because that's what you can do actually there, is just to pick up those ones, because if you're looking to clip it over for 6, chances are you're going to get caught like the captain did.
Indeed. And correct me if I'm wrong, Colin, from the replay, he pitched the ball literally on leg and middle.
And it went across.
And it went across him.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant catch. So Van Rensburg coming over the wicket, left arm over the wicket, takes the second wicket as the ball pitched on middle and moved away from the right-handed batsman.
Now from that replay you can see it's pitched if anything on off stump and went across, batsman chasing it and clipping it, the keeper catching him.
Unfortunately, Fisser doesn't get his half century, but scored a entertaining 40 runs off 21 balls,
Sure.
hitting 2 massive sixes and 3 boundaries. Only in those 21 balls, only 3 balls were dots.
Yeah, Andrew Rasemene, the bowler, coming into bat now for Eastern Storm with about 2 overs to go, or should I say 1.3 overs to go. And I'm sure the message will be clear now as well to him that maybe because he can also throw a bat, it's not a clown with the bat, he can bat a bit.
Okay.
So I'm sure the goal would have changed a little bit now to say maybe let's get to 170, and immediately clips it for 4 down to the third man, and the third man, which is Bashir Walters, who's fielding slightly squarish, went to the boundary, Rasemene, to pick up 4 runs in his first ball.
Van Rensburg should actually stick to bowling over the wicket, because his ball comes across the right-hander beautifully, because Rasemene has got his wickets totally covered.
Correct.
Goes across the to the offside to try hoik the ball on the leg side. If he sticks to that, there's a lot of movement that he's getting from his bowling action and particularly this pitch. So why he would have thought of going wide, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he looks far much better bowler when he's coming across the right-hand batsman, and that's where he's been getting his wickets. So I don't know what was the idea of him bowling around.
Rasemene also likes using his wrist by the looks of things, as he clipped that from the off to the leg side, and they threw for 1 run. So with the last over to go, Eastern Storm are 162 for 7 after 19. 162 for 7 after 19. Run rate 8.5, and another 6 more balls to go. And let's see who comes on. Yes, it is the big man. Oh, coming on from the northern end. So the math didn't quite work out there. He probably was thinking he'd finish off from the southern end, but looks to finish off now. The bowling innings for Northern Cape Heat from the northern end, as the wicketkeeper holds him up, and seems to be directing traffic to the fielders. Bashir starts off with a slower ball. I think the wicketkeeper was trying to indicate to the mid-on and mid-off to go all the way down the boundary, because they have 4 Luba. The field looks like this. They got all 4 leg side fielders on the boundary.
Yeah, no, you can see that it's a definite saying we don't want to give you a boundary on the leg side, because that's where any batter will be looking to go, swinging it down to the leg side and getting a boundary. So they're definitely saving boundaries there. There's plenty of ones on the leg side because there's no fielder in the ring on the leg side except the square leg umpire.
And
But
Bashir,
Bashir, if you can look at his previous match where he bowled 4 overs for 18,
yes,
I wonder what to be interesting how those overs were broken down. Was it anything like this where he was bowling 1 over and taking a break, or was it 2-2, or what was it? But whatever it was, he bowled brilliantly because he got 18 runs in those
4 overs.
4 overs,
Sure.
picking up 4 wickets. So today, slightly different. Currently at 3.3 is on 32 runs with no wicket, and hasn't looked threatening really, but the experience is still there.
Now, his first ball was a slow ball. The
Slow
next
bounce.
next two followed the batsman as the batsman was going to the leg side, and then just got singles on the offside. And then the last ball was a slow bouncer on the offside. So clearly a thinking bowler, as you pointed out right from the start, Colin.
Yeah, definitely. And that would now frustrate, I'm sure, the batsmen that they're not getting any runs. And I'm sure you will see a big shot coming from Andre Leber because he knows that they want runs.
And Colin calls it. And frustrated and massive. Is that over the grandstand?
Went over the grandstand for 6. He was dried out of runs, and there was only 1 shot to play, and that's a big shot.
So, evidently, you take a break when Eastern Storm come out to practice. You take a break from the office to go watch how they practice, because you call that spot on?
Yeah, no, it's just putting yourself in the batsman's shoes to say, well, if you've been told in the change rooms that we need to get to about 180 odd, and here is Bashir Walters bowling it wide from me, and in his first sort of 3 balls really stuffed you of runs, you're gonna look to now hit it knowing that even if I get out, we've still got 3 wickets in hand and there's 3 balls left, so I might as well just go for the big one.
Alright, so their score currently, Eastern Storm are 171 for 7. They have 1 ball to go. 171, you'd predicted 175, and then you rounded off to 180. So maximum they could possibly get is another 7 runs. Should this be a no ball and it's hit for a 6, or a free hit from a no ball. Yep, ball has been found and is returned. It took quite a bit of time. It went right over the the grandstand. That would be easy, about 85 meters.
Yeah, especially now with because that's a longer boundary end. So that was seriously a big shot from Leber.
Jeez. Have you seen him hit them that far before, particularly here?
Yeah, fortunately, one has had the advantage of watching him play because he plays most of his cricket here and club cricket. And that one from the last ball, poor throw, sneaks in another 3rd run to get 3 runs off that last ball and take Eastern Storm to 174 for 7 in 20 overs. So Northern Cape Heat will come out needing 175 to win. It should be a good chase.
175 was the magic number right from the start that you had predicted. So Northern Cape Heat looking to get their that 175 in their allocated 20 overs in the CSA T20 Division 2 match between Eastern Storm and Northern Cape, with Eastern Storm having won the toss and elected to bat. They put on 174 for 7. The scorecard reads as such: Segakune 39. Next top batsman, or actually topping that, was Visser with 40. Posthumous scored 29 and Pillay 22. And then contributions from Datswell 10, Luba 11, Rasimani 7. And then batsmen that didn't really get it on, Rousseau scored 6, Murray that 1 after facing 1 ball. We're going to take a short break while the players have their lunch. The star bowler for Northern Cape Heat was Van Rensburg, taking 3 for 28 in his allocated 4 overs, and the next best was Tepo Nduli, 2 for 30 of his 4. Jeez. No rush yet. Northern Cape chase about to get underway. Libba opening from the southern end for Eastern Storm, and the opening batsmen for Northern Cape Heat are Kleinhans and Vandia. Kleinhans facing the first ball, Vandia now apt open. Nice and full Libba is bowling. Vandia may have come out of retirement, but like riding a bicycle, he's still playing through the line. And he beautifully clips that around the corner. Let's see if it's going to make it all the way to the boundary, and indeed it does. Vandia off the mark, 4 to his name.
Yeah, no, Gordon. Rightfully so, like you said, like a man who's once ridden a bike, you don't quickly forget, you just need a few, and then you are back on again. And Vandia was always known to be a batter with good hands and a good eye, so all he needs is just for those to click, and then his feet will catch up later.
And uses
Beautiful
his feet
shot.
beautifully there.
Yeah,
Extraordinary shot down the wicket, smacks Libba through mid-on, past the mid-on fielder for another 4.
now you can see why Northern Cape have called him in the middle of the season just to come in for these games. They need that experience and they need that skill for a man to come in and play just like that. Commentators curse again, Gordon. I think it's a proven fact now that me and you must never ever again look to praise anyone, because once we do that, the opposite happens. So let's stick to what we do, Gordon, but let's please stay away and refrain from praising players. But that again was a beautiful ball from Andre Leber, which immediately creates pressure, taking into consideration the situation in the last game that Eastern Storm played here at home against Eastern Cape Inyati, is that the Duckworth-Lewis system kicked in and it found them slightly on the back foot. Now with a wicket in the first over, they are immediately on the front foot and in the driving seat. So now it's just a matter of maintaining that. But yeah, brilliant ball from Leber.
As you indicated earlier on, scoreboard pressure is also a key factor, and the run rate achieved by Eastern Storm was 9 to the over for Northern Cape Heat to be chasing. So clearly Vandia was under that impression. Now, right from the word go, and during the power play, we're gonna try and maximize, which is exactly what he's looking to do. And Libba took the wicket off his very last ball, by the way, putting Northern Cape Heat under pressure at 9 for 1 in their first over. And coming on to bowl from the northern end, Jonathan Vandia scored his 8 runs, and just those 2 boundaries that we spoke about. But coming on to bowl for the Eastern Storm Heat from the Ekurhuleni end, the northern end, is Divan Posthumous. Right arm over the wicket, bowler. And he didn't bat too badly.
No, it didn't bat. He's a quite a handy player to have in a team, because he can bat a bit and he can bowl a bit. And his fielding is also not the worst. And immediately is on the mark.
Brilliant ball, pitched middle, looked like it was going to dart off to the offside to the left-handed Kleinhans, but then came right back in into the middle. Had Kleinhans missed that, it would have been plumb.
Definitely, Gordon. And looking at that wicket of Vandia, I mean, Vandia coming in his first 2 balls, hitting 2 boundaries. Maybe that was the plan, that he must have a go early on, that to give them a good start. So his wicket would immediately have put Northern Cape hit on the back foot a bit. They would now need to not necessarily recover from that, because it's still early days. Grant Thompson has also got the man who just came in at number 3. He also got the experience. I see he didn't bowl in when they were fielding. He's now a captain and a batter, and there is Kleinhans hitting a beautiful 4 down to the boundary on the onside. On the offside, to kickstart his account.
So Thompson must be nursing a injury or so, coming in to play as a batsman, as you indicated, bowl sometimes as well.
Yeah, no. Thompson is rather a bowler who can bat, not a batter who can bowl.
Right.
So for him to have not bowled, and when I say a bowler who can bat, not just bat a little, he can score you good hundreds.
Oh, and the Storm players are going up, appealing for a catch behind. Umpire looks and convincingly says no. Don't think he touched it.
Indicating that it might just have clipped maybe a pad or something.
The clouds have moved away. There's a lot more blue sky coming over Willowmoore Park Cricket Stadium. On the south, I can still see some sort of cloud over there, but to the west and to the north, a lot of blue sky opening up.
Yeah, Postom is starting off beautifully now in this first over of his. So far it's gone for 4 runs, and batsmen have hit and missed a few. Looks like he's hit the mark from his first ball. So beautiful, bowling a beautiful over.
There again goes to your point early on, Colin, of saying that
might be a chance here.
No, hold on. Your point early on about bowlers observing what batsmen are doing or what the wicket is doing, and then knowing exactly where to place the ball as soon as they get ball in hand, when the captain throws the ball to them.
Sure. Let's now see what Shane, or it looks like the bowling change that side would be replacing Leber. Are they taking the same tactic from Northern Cape? And each bowler just bowling 1 over, and it's the young man from Kwatema, Simelane, coming into bowl from the end that Leber was bowling on. So Leber only bowled 1 over for 9 runs and got the wicket, and he's now changed to Simelane coming from that end. And immediately from the first ball, Simelane says, "I've arrived," and he introduces himself with a wicket.
My word.
Bowled.
Left arm around the wicket, and it was a Yorker, and he gets rid of Christopher Kleinhans.
Yeah, I would have remembered, Gordon, I mentioned earlier that Eastern Storm, this is their 3rd game in 7 days.
Yes.
And Northern Cape, the last time they played was on Sunday. So I don't know really, is it and they're coming from a win, Eastern Storm, from this past Wednesday. So you don't know if that is it a positive in terms of momentum, that they keep on playing every sort of second or third day, and guys who know where to bowl and where to land the ball, they just carry on from where they left off in their last game. So this maybe could be that with Simelane just coming in, because you saw that from Postumus as well. His first ball was right on the mark.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit unfortunate he didn't get a wicket, even though 3 of those balls were missed by the batsman. And here's Simelane just coming on with his first ball, straight and flat, and bowled the batsman from Northern Cape.
Indeed, and that then means that Kleinhans is replaced by Romano Terblanche coming in for Northern Cape Heat. And there again, he's also right on the money, is Dumelo Simelane.
Yeah, he calls himself the banker.
Oh, yes?
He says, if I don't get hit, I'll get wickets, and if I don't get wickets, vice versa, I won't get hit.
Confident character by the sounds of things.
Yeah, big time. He looks up to Aaron Pangiso, who once having a chat with Aaron Pangiso always said his aim, especially in T20 games, is to bowl 4 overs for 20 or less.
Right.
And that's what this young man always looks up to also do. But if he's going to become more, if he's going to be expensive in his over, he'd rather have picked up a few wickets.
And that is the beauty of having icons that you can relate with, especially if they're still playing, but someone that you can relate with, and even better, a individual with a similar background as you would have possibly had.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're both left arm orthodox.
Correct. If you look at him, Tumelo Simelane, you'll see a bit of Aaron Pangiso in him.
Well fielded there by the backward 45. Yeah. Ngabo 45. Yes. Big man got down quickly.
The man from KZN.
Let me get your thoughts on. This is now the second season, and please correct me if I'm wrong, of the franchise system having been changed. Pros and cons of it all, in your mind, Colin?
Yeah, look, Gordon, it's quite a tricky one, but it also, my little experience with it is most of the time the focus tends to be with the Division 1 and look, I'm all for promotions and relegations. It happens in many sports. It happens in soccer. It happens all over. I'm just not quite sure of the promotion and relegation, especially around the 3 platforms, meaning the T20, the 50 over game, and the 4-day comp, because as we all know, because of the kind of game cricket is, you'd find one team might be strong in white ball than they are in red ball. So you might promote a team that is not necessarily bad, even though it's an overall performance across the three competitions. But I still think there's still room for growth. There's still 1 or 2 things that can be tweaked in order to make sure you don't lose out, especially also on talent, because there's some talent that I've seen in Division 2 that deserve call-ups to the national team, especially this situation we were in right now when we went to New Zealand. There are a few players that could have been called up who I believe could have represented the country very well. It's just they were in Division 2.
As the game goes on, and should we get a dull period, I'll ask you to elaborate further on that, and particularly the players. But change of bowling from the northern end, Andrew Rasimene.
Yeah.
Have I pronounced that correctly?
Yes.
Rasimene?
Yeah, Rasimene. This is his former team. He played for this team last year. So this there will be some point to prove, and they might know him very well, because and there's a chance here, and to land safely between the 2 fielders and Skukune.
Oh! Yeah, it may have landed. It may have landed in no man's land, run out appeal for, but immediately the wicketkeeper asked the umpire why the umpire is not considering it. I wonder what had happened. Had he broken the bails before the ball had reached him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at the replay, the Eastern Storm were very, very confident that was out. But as we've seen in the past in cricket, we've seen some confident appeals, and when you look at the replay, you find the guy was way, way in. So with the naked eye, maybe from where Sikukune was, he thought that was definitely out. But brilliant fielding after the ball dropped short for a catch, and brilliant bowling there from Rasemane going past the bat of Grant Thompson.
And brilliant umpiring from Lauren Achenberg.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Surname? Achenberg?
Yes.
Well spotted that the bails were broken, or the wicket was broken, the bails were off before the ball had got to the keeper's gloves, and him breaking the wicket further. So the rule is, remind me, that once the bails have been broken, they've got to take a stump out to the ground. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there wasn't enough time for that, as Thompson runs it down to third man, and Northern Cape acquire another run, placing them on 19 for 2 after, so far, which would be one more ball to go until the fourth over. 19 for 2.
Yeah, wickets and runs on the board. That's always if the bowling team is constantly getting wickets, and the batting team is chasing those runs on the board. That always excites the game because the pressure is on, and it takes some doing from beautiful shots there from the batsman for no run. Definitely, if had that gone through and past Tumelo Simelane, that would have definitely been a 4.
Jeez. That shot takes me back to a number of left-handed greats that have come and played Test cricket in particular. The list is so long that, but that particular shot reminded me of the great Brian Lara.
Mm.
Yeah, it would have been a magnificent shot had it gone past the fielder on the offside.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful shot. And that ends the over, or fourth over. And Northern Cape are 19 for 2. Eastern Storm were 33 for 1 at this stage.
So they're well behind the 8 ball then. Because even Duckworth Lewis has them at 44 currently, and they only got 19. And you say Eastern Storm were 33 at the same stage.
33 for 1.
There we go.
Yeah.
Posthumous has swapped ends. From the northern end, he's moved to the southern end into the attack for Eastern Storm.
Shane Dadswell looked like he's applying the same tactics as his counterpart. But his counterpart is hitting sixes early on in the game. Grant Thompson picks that one beautifully over mid-wicket for 4 towards the scoreboard.
For 6?
Yeah, for 6.
For 6.
And the first 6 for the match. Remember, the Eastern Storm 6 came in the 10th over, if I'm not
Plus
mistaken.
minus.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So these ones are Northern Cape are doing it in the 5th over.
Clearly the message is out there as well that look, we know how the pitch plays. We've all observed. Let's get after the bowling. Anything loose, make sure it goes to the boundary.
Yeah, no, and Grant Thompson has always been good with short balls. From his early days, I remember having worked with him many, many years ago when he was still a youngster, going to the school King Edward VII, playing for Gauteng under 17. Back then, like I said, he was a bowler who could bat a bit. I think he batted number 8, but he could hit a short ball.
So he loves the short stuff.
Yeah, no, he can hit, and he can hit it far.
It seems Posthumous has learned from that, because his response was one just short of length that beat Thompson, and then the ball following that pitched it up, and all he could do was just dab at it on the offside, no run.
Yeah. Let's see what his response is with these last 3 balls if you'll be finishing it strong. A chance there? No. No chance for run out.
Thompson seems to be playing across the line. Suppose he's trying to capitalize during the power play.
Yeah, and the short boundary, I think, is looking to capitalize during this power play just to get, because he is hitting it to a strong area, and the boundary is quite short on this end. Great fielding there from Andrew Rasamene. It's amazing these nowadays that bowlers can bowl and then immediately go field in the ring. It's not like the olden days when a bowler finishes bowling, he goes to fine leg. They bowl and they immediately get to be in the action. I noticed the South African tall fast bowler, when he finishes bowling, he goes to slip, because he's a brilliant slip fielder.
Is that Jansen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. So after 5 overs, Eastern Storm were 39 for 1. Currently, Northern Cape Heat are 31 for 2 after 5. 31 for 2 after their 5 overs. So just 8 runs in it, although Duckworth Lewis has them at 50. Probably because of the loss of 2 wickets as early as that would have escalated the calculation for where they should be should rain come down.
Yeah. And I think Eastern Storm would put an eye on that Duckworth Lewis score, because they fell short because of that. And as we speak, Rasamana picks up the 3rd wicket for Eastern Cape. Not a full shot by the Northern Cape batter there, and getting caught at mid wicket. I think it's stuck a little bit on the pitch, and the batsman was really finished with the shot when the ball was coming through. So
indeed, Romano Tablanche was caught there, just scoring two runs off the 7 balls he faced. But yeah, it did look, and it's the same end as well as we highlighted in the first innings when Eastern Storm was there. That particular end, it seems like the ball actually digs into the pitch and doesn't rise as much. So it requires one to watch the ball very closely on that. And next batsman in for Northern Cape Heat, we'll let you know shortly as he's walking in. The captain, Grant Thompson, just cooling down. 13th man has run on with a towel and some water. Looks like the heat is getting to the Northern Cape Heat captain.
Yeah, it's not easy out there, Gordon. 29 degrees, and it's still rising.
My word.
So, and amazing. I mean, it's 3:15, and it's 29 degrees. So it's hot, and that area looking above the skies over the grandstand there, where the rain normally comes from, that sky, the skies are still clear, and no chances of rain, even though you can see the clouds on the other side far away.
Indeed. Wicketkeeper Hano Viljoen from Northern Cape Heat has come to the wicket at the fall of Romano Tablanche's wicket falling. Rasamene having a challenge there with his front foot. Umpire also looking. Just to my right, it looks like the groundsman stood up. Going to have a look at that as well. And Rasamene comes in, running in again. In his second over. Oh, and what a beautiful ball. Probably 6th or 7th stump, and the ball's still moving away, but not wide enough to be called a wide, and the batsman dabs at it as it goes through to the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, Rasemane must finish this over strong to finish how beautifully he has started it, so that he rounds it off nicely.
Oh, what could he be doing with the ball? Because clearly the batsmen are somewhat uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, Rasemane Gordon has had a beautiful season. Has come into this Eastern Storm team and has done very well. And in all the games, he puts his hands up and contributes to the team.
As you said, he used to play for Northern Cape Heat in the previous season,
Yeah.
so he would have some sort of understanding of the batsmen as well at the
100%.
crease, and knows what their strengths and weaknesses are.
Sure.
And they are certainly struggling, although they run through for a quick single there. That's good awareness, because the fielders are right on the circle. It was good calling between the batsmen there for Leon and Thompson.
So far, they've just gotten 4 runs from his 1.4 overs, 1.5 overs from Rasemane. So far, he's bowling very well. It'll be interesting to see what Shane Daswell does in the next over, if he's going to change Simelane, and stick to that tactic of Northern Cape, or he's going to carry on with Simelane.
Oh! And
That missed everything. Missed
Yes.
the bat and missed the stumps. Fortunately, didn't miss the keeper.
I'm taken aback by the number of spectators that have come in, Colin. This is encouraging to see. Both on the grandstand on the southern end, and then just next to the players' change room, looks like quite a number of people have made their way through.
Yeah, look, some local boys playing here, obviously in the Eastern Storm team, but Eastern Cape has also got a few players who are not necessarily from the Northern Cape. They are from, Grant Thompson is from around these areas as well. He's played for the Eastern Storm before he moved to Titans, and then ended up with the Eastern Cape. So looking around, you can see some friends of the players who've come to watch them play.
Indeed.
And it's a Friday, Gordon, so they
Half
can
day?
afford to, half day at work. You can afford to come and watch some beautiful cricket here, and have 1 or 2 cold ones before you head on home.
You had indicated that it would be interesting to see what the Eastern Storm captain does, and he's brought himself on from the southern end.
Yeah.
That's well.
Yeah, Shane Dadsworth, also from King Edward VII, so he's bowling to his fellow schoolmate, Grant Thompson.
Oh, would the competition be strong between the two of them?
Yeah, even though they played in different years, Grant Thompson is a bit of a senior to Shane Dadsworth, but similar kind of players, both bowlers who can bat a bit, and both here they find themselves captain of both sides.
On opposite teams, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Aha. All the traditional school cricketing school stalwarts would be saying, well, the traditional school's producing
Interesting field here by Shane Dadswell, especially on the leg side. That he's got 2 men on the boundary, also opened up on the except there's Tula there fielding at Tula Ngobo, fielding at 45, being the only man on the ring. The other 3 fielders are outside, standing on the boundary. So encouraging the bowler maybe to say, if you hit, the batsman, if you're gonna hit me over and look for 6. Otherwise, hit me on the ground and look for 1.
and to the shorter boundary as well.
And the shorter
So
boundary, yes.
clearly, and the line he's bowling as well is probably 6th, 7th, 8th stump as
sure.
well. So trying to force a batsman to go across. So after 3 overs, the Northern Cape Heat are 37 for 3 after 7 overs. Did I say 3 overs?
You said 3 overs.
You see, so my eyesight's not as good as yours, Mr. Kowa.
Maybe I must borrow you my glasses.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Or I must get carrots included in our lunch. Looks like Tumelo Simelani is coming back into the attack, changing ends by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Replacing Andrew Rasamene. So there's something here that we are not noticing here, Gordon. Both teams, short spells changing, guys bowling 1 overs, being swapped around. So maybe the only thing I can pick up or think of is that they just want batsmen not to be settled.
And that would make sense, because once you've seen through a bowler, or you have an understanding of what their thinking is, you would then go after them, whereas the swapping and changing every single over keeps the batsman unsettled in having to readjust.
100%. And it makes planning a bit difficult, because as you are telling the batsman, this is what we're looking to do with Simelane, then they change him.
Right.
Then you now need to come up with a new plan for a new bowler.
I'm looking at Simelane's walk as he's taking walk back to his mark. I can see a bit of Aaron Pangiso in there.
Yeah, beautiful bowling.
And that turned quite a lot.
Yeah.
He bowled it on middle and it went straight.
And we're perfectly positioned here because we're just on top of that arm, so we can see it straight from his hand to when it pitches, so we can see that 10. Oh, beautiful running here to get the 2 runs. And particularly to Grant Thompson, because I know he wouldn't be happy with it.
The field on the leg side also spread out. You got deep square, deep mid wicket, and mid off, who's off the boundary as well.
Yeah. That pace being cut off on the ball is making the job slightly a bit difficult for the batsman, because you could see Phil Yunde. The ball was too slow for him. That he waited and waited, and eventually it got there before he hit it down to the field at long on. If you remember, Eastern Storm were also doing this, that in the absence of boundaries, they were also just keeping the scoreboard ticking by running those ones.
Important.
So, which is good that the Northern Cape are doing the same, and they are 43 for 3 in 8 overs. And in that 8 overs, if you compare, the Eastern Storm were 59 for 1.
Sorry, what was that chirp about your spectacles?
No, with me it was just the numbers, not the 3 came from the wickets, not.
I'm taken aback. You did mention it's a Friday afternoon, but I'm taken aback at the numbers coming into the stadium to come support. Whether it is individual players or all the teams that are here.
Yeah, Shane Deswell has brought himself back on again, so that rule of 1 over each does not apply to him.
I'm captain, I make decisions.
Yeah, but so far he's bowling all right, and that's what the team would need, because at the end of the day it's about sticking to the plan and drying out the runs to create the pressure. And very interesting to see that both change rooms, especially the coaches, the players of the Northern Cape are outside. Both coaches, head coach and assistant coach, Jeff Toyan and Ephraim. Well, that was a chance, and great attempt there by the fielder. That was a chance to get caught. If had he had that stuck on his hands, that would have been a brilliant catch.
It almost looked like he saw the ball late
Yeah.
and therefore had to make up ground, but his dive, had he caught that, would have been a brilliant catch.
Yeah, and it's not easy. A forward dive, very, very difficult. But great attempt at it from the young man.
Sorry, Colin, you made a point about the players sitting outside. Could the change rooms be too hot that everybody's outside?
I think it's the eagerness and the keenness to be involved in this game that the beauty about this Willowmoore Park Cricket Stadium is even when you're sitting inside the change room, you are really, really close to the playing field. You can literally hear the fielders talk. You can
Right.
hear you can hear them talk. So I think it's just the keenness you're seeing. As I was saying, Ephraim Nyao and Jeff Toyana, the head coach, who by the way today was burying his mother-in-law, and drove straight from the funeral to come to the game. Shows the passion that the man has still got, even after years and years of coaching, with his experience, that he can still leave a family bereavement and drive to what he loves best, which is cricket, to come and do what he does and loves. So big ups, I think, for that. Many a man would have chosen otherwise.
Condolences to the Toyana family and his family, extended family, and especially family-in-law. Yeah, does show commitment, and clearly the T20 competition means a lot for him. When I spoke to him at the beginning of the season, he'd indicated to me the promotion relegation is calculated across all three formats. So clearly, having done reasonably well with red ball 4-day games, the 50 overs, and as I say 50 overs, 50 up comes up for Northern Cape in the 9th over, or in the 10th
Oh,
over.
that was a chance, and Simelane left that to hit the stump, and unfortunately it didn't, because had it hit, that was a run out, which would have created a pressure, and I think the plan is also throw towards Grant Thompson's end.
Sure, is he the slower of the two batsmen? Oh my word. Simelane is bowling such a tight line. I wonder where that ball would have pitched that they didn't all go up for the LBW appeal.
Yeah. Looking at the replay, it pitched, I think it's just on leg stump, so another dot ball by Simelane, and so far this over has gone for 3 runs.
Beautifully driven down the wicket in the V by Falun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tactic is
Thompson getting that one.
No, Thompson, sorry.
Yeah.
Correct, yes. So the tactic clearly is keep the scoreboard ticking. And like that, when the bad ball comes, you will get the boundary. No, it's cut off, well fielded there.
Yeah, great fielding there by Fisser. And it just gives them 2 runs.
And that brings the Northern Cape Heat score to 55 for 3 after 10 overs. By comparison, Eastern Storm Heat was 74 for 3 at the same stage. Duckworth Lewis has crept up to 88 now. And there are 60 balls left, with Northern Cape Heat needing another 120 runs to win.
Yeah. And interesting to keep an eye on that run rate as well, Gordon. That so far they need about 12 runs and over.
Oh, geez, yes.
And they're currently on about 5.5 runs and over. So once that run, 1 run and a dot ball there, immediately that changes to 12.1. So the pressure keeps piling up. And if you start getting wickets in the middle of all of that as well, the pressure becomes more and becomes unbearable. But a beautiful shot there from Viljoen for 2 runs, straight in the V, just over the stumps, and piercing the two, looking to pierce, in fact, the 2 fielders at long on and long off. But they got around it to just manage 2 runs for the batsman.
That's well cleverly trying to rush the batsman. Viljoen walking away from his stumps and sending him back. And that is beautifully cut, meticulously cut to backward point, where the backward point fielder just missed that, and it's gone for 4 runs, taking the total of Northern Cape Heat to 62.
Yeah, I know that was a beautiful shot by Viljoen to give his team 4 runs, and just with that 4 runs, you look at the run rate has gone to 11.9.
Brought down the run rate, yes.
Yeah. So boundaries do a lot in taking that run rate down, but dot balls take that run rate up.
Sure.
So I'm sure the batting team will be looking to get those boundaries, especially in each and every over, and then Eastern Storm looking to save those boundaries, as you can see from their fielding, that they've got 5 guys or 4 guys on the boundary, not necessarily saving ones and so, but they are saving 4s and they're saving boundaries. And the only way, and looking at where Shane Dadswell is bowling from, the batsman will be looking to hit 6s because of the short boundary on the onside.
Which is exactly what his opposite did by launching that 6.
Yes.
Over Kyle's corner onto the grass embankment there. Yeah, and after 11 overs, Northern Cape's Heat are 65 for 3. With Simelane looking to continue and bowl out his spell. Currently has taken 1 wicket for 12 in his 3 overs so far. Looking to bowl through.
Yeah, between this over number 11th and 12th, Eastern Storm slowed down a bit. So this is where Northern Cape Heat can look to catch up. At this stage, Eastern Storm was 79 for 3. And in the next over, being the 12th over, they only managed between the 2 overs to get 5 runs. Nice straight shot there by Grant Thompson, looking for 2, and 2 is what they'll get, and safely Viljoen makes it home, even though his bat got stuck on the ground there. But I think he was going to make it either way, even if it had hit the stumps. Beautiful. It now needs to see Simelane here in his last over, see what his plan is, because like now, when Grant Thompson was looking to give himself a bit of room, he followed him with a ball that was going down leg. And if Thompson had the time, because sometimes we think as commentators sitting out here, you've got the time, you could have left it. As a batter, instinct kicks in and you play. So, but looking at it now, if he had left it, he would have gotten 1 run in any case with the ball in hand.
And looks like he's done himself in, because he did the fielding off his own bowling and ran out to the mid-wicket area and slid to try stop that run with the mid-wicket fielder running in as well. Simelane, well, back into bowl. Seems like he's okay. And was on the money there, just pitching the ball outside off stump.
And good fielding there from Shailen Pillay.
And good fielding indeed.
Yeah. So it's not always easy for this tall man to dive, but they made it look very easy there, Shailen.
Grant Thompson using his feet coming down the wicket before the ball bounced, turned it into a full toss, and only managed to hit the ball straight down the wicket. Well, not straight down, but just slightly wide of mid-off, where long off did the fielding.
Yeah. Unlike Thompson, though, when 31 or 28 balls. Normally, you would think from 28 balls he would have been close to about 40 runs or so. But I'm sure he's just saving himself for later on, especially with the wickets falling, that he saves it to until later on. But as I've always said, if you keep an eye on that run rate, it's creeped up again to 12.9 now, which creates that little bit of a pressure for the batting side.
Means that the bowlers have been tight. They also keeping a close eye on that scoreboard, ensuring that they keep Northern Cape Heat under pressure. And looks like Dadswell is also going to bowl through. His 3 wickets so far cost him an average of 7 runs per over. His 3 overs, 21 runs in total so far, as Viljoen comes down the wicket.
Yeah.
And just dabs it on the offside where deep mid wicket comes running in, fields the ball, and the batsmen are just through for 1 run.
Amazing that Viljoen was looking for the second one, which I thought that was deadly, but fortunately for him, Grant Thompson sent him back. There are those big hands from Grant Thompson. You can see he's looking for that big shot.
Yeah, looking for a major hoik.
Yeah, I think he looks a bit tired, but you never know. But he's looking for those big shots.
Keep an eye on Dadswell. He's very eager to put the batsman under pressure, turning very quickly in his at the top of his run.
Yeah.
Giving a batsman, or what looks like, not wanting to give the batsman time to recuperate after the singles that they take. Did he nick it? Yes, he did. He did. He did.
Yeah.
Captain to captain. You did say he was looking tired, Thompson was.
Yes, that shot also looked tired.
Yeah.
A bit wide outside off stump, and it was slightly short, and you could see with no foot movement whatsoever, just the hands really saying, can I just please hit it, and managed to get the outside edge.
And I can get back into the change room and cool down.
Yeah.
Thompson's 32 runs coming off 30 balls. He hit the 6 and the 4, and he was at the wicket for 44 minutes.
Yeah, quite a competitive character, Grant Thompson. So I'm very sure he'll be disappointed with himself, because knowing him, he would have loved to be there in seeing his team through. But you could see in this over that he was slightly tired, even at that stage when Viljoen was looking for the second run. Grant Thompson, even though they would have been run out, I think, rightfully sending him back. But Grant Thompson was already showing signs of being tired, not looking to run 2 runs.
I would suspect that the heat probably has a contributing factor to it all. Next batsman in, possibly Gabelo Chibi. Just looking for confirmation. Yes, Gabelo Chibi is the next batsman in for Northern Cape Heat, as they chasing down that another 100 runs to go to win this game.
Yeah. So still some work to be done in the last 8 overs, with 13.6 runs and over required. So Chibi is coming in, or Kribi is coming in with a bit of work that still needs to be done. And as you rightfully mentioned earlier, Gordon, that 29 degrees also doesn't help. It's very, very hot. You wish those lakes of Benoni were even closer so that they could cool us down.
Yes, indeed.
But the closest lake is about 800 meters away from us.
Is that the one at the mall?
That's the one at the mall, just down the road.
Talking about that, have they found a solution to the flowers that are growing on the lake there, covering the water? I forget what the flower's called. Hyacinth, I think. Yeah, the hyacinth.
Yeah, no. I think I'll just stick to cricket commentary, Gordon. When it comes to, I just know that Benoni is the city of lakes. In terms of solutions for the flowers that are growing there, I would not want to misdirect people and give them wrong information. I have absolutely no idea. All I see is every day when I go past there, there's a chance. Labour taking that catch beautifully of Viljoen, and immediately putting Northern Cape under pressure, because that's 2 wickets now falling in a very short space of time, and having now Northern Cape at 76 for 5 in the 13 overs. It immediately now changes the situation.
Viljoen's 25 runs, coming off 27 balls. So quite an aggressive batsman as well.
So those are two batsmen who were in, Gordon. Got the start with Grant Thompson on 30 odd, and now Viljoen on 25 odd. Both of them getting out now. So Kirby and the new batsmen coming in are now going to have to start afresh from where those guys left off. But I think the new batsman is Johan van Dijk, who's going to now need to do better, because he bowled earlier on. He bowled all right, and now he's going to need to improve on his bowling performance by putting up a good performance with the bat to help his team with that run rate now, and that wicket going down, Gordon. It's gone down. It's gone up now to 14.1, and currently they've just managed 5.8 runs and over. So in the last 8 overs, they need 99 runs to win. It becomes a little bit of a mountain, but having said that, and having experienced lots of game of cricket, anything can change.
Andrew Rasamani coming on from the northern end, replacing Simelane that was bowling previously. He, having completed his allocated 4 overs, 1 for 19 is what Simelane had taken. T20 in particular is a funny game. Anything can happen. 99 is also not a big target. Brings it down to 2 figures as opposed to the daunting 3. And it again raises the point of scoreboard pressure. But here's what's fascinating though. The run rate achieved hasn't come above 6 since the second over.
Yeah, I think it only went up for about 2 balls, then it came down. After that 6 from Grant Thompson.
Yes.
And after that it's gone back to just under that 6. Interesting field again for Rasemane in terms of the long side on the leg side of the game. Every fielder on the boundary just literally saying to Northern Cape, hit us for 1, but no boundary.
Now, as a former captain, as a former coach of provincial teams, would that be Datswell placing the field, or Rasemane saying to him, listen, I know these batsmen, I've played with them before, this is where I would like them to try hit me, and this is a line I would like to bowl, knowing that we should get wickets?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both, plus the fact that they've had the advantage of seeing Northern Cape bowl, so they would have seen what works as well for Northern Cape. And remember, also taking into consideration, this is their home ground, so they know what to expect from this pitch in particular.
Sure. Because
remember, we talk about home advantage. They chose this trip as a team, so
right.
They know why they chose it. So I think it's a bit of both. You can see an animated Shane Dadswell busy moving the field and making sure that the fielders are exactly where they are, and this is what they want to give them, those ones, and create this element of doubt where there's a potential run out now, and Rasemane nearly messed it up. And if you look at it closely, Rasemane actually didn't throw that ball to the stumps. It actually just fell from his hands.
Right,
but luckily for him, it hit the stumps to run out Kirby, who just came in, and Kirby goes out for 2 runs after facing 2 balls.
That further goes to illustrate your point. that two new batsmen at the crease coming in after two settled batsmen have gone out. They need to start over, so the communication would need to be established. And in the pressure created by the scoreboard and chasing, that's where the miscommunication would have come in between these two batsmen.
Yeah. Bashir Walters is walking into to bat and coming in at 8. If I'm not mistaken, this is the highest I've seen Bashir Walters bat. I don't know what that says about the remainder of the batsmen coming after him. But then again, he also, like I mentioned earlier on, he backs himself in hitting a cricket ball. So maybe that is the plan, to say, big man, go in and go get us a few boundaries. It's now or never.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see whether those shoulders will come into action. We saw them in action with the ball. Let's see if he will use a long handle.
That would be a wide.
Oh my word. Wait. Hold on. The umpire is hitting. Oh,
Signal that it clipped something.
clipped. Okay. Right, but that went on the leg side. Is it not a wide because it clipped the clothing or something?
Yes.
Okay.
If it clips anything of the batsman going down leg, it's not a wide.
Right.
Had it not then clipped that very same ball, it would have been called a wide. But then again, remember, anything down leg is not anything, because if it goes behind the batsman but it's over the stumps,
My word, he's definitely worked them out.
doing the same ball, but this time it clipped the right part of the batter, being the gloves, for it to be caught by the keeper behind. And just watching at the replay, yes, it clipped the gloves and has got the batsman Van Dijk out for 1 run. So the two new batsmen are now two old batsmen, because now we have two other new batsmen coming in, with Kribi and Van Dijk out, and now we have Bashir, and does that look like Van Ransbeck coming into bat?
It is, yes.
So the two guys who were bowling earlier on, are now doing the batting.
And Colin Glower's got the entire commentary kiosk in laughter here, describing the batsmen as the two older batsmen, or the two new batsmen, now the two older batsmen. First time I've come across that. So the eyesight is good, and the humour comes with age as well, Mr. Glover.
Yeah, no, my old English teacher said the opposite of new is old. So I'm assuming if the batsmen are new when they go in, it means they are old when they come out. Unless there's a new opposite word of new, then I would love to go back to my teacher and go reclaim my school fees.
Sorry, folks. I needed to compose myself there, as Colin has us in stitches in here, and I'm sure you watching at home, and maybe later on as you would watch this game on the YouTube channel, I would also appreciate the sense of humour as Rasimani runs in again. Jeez, he's actually bowled extremely well.
Yeah, beautiful first shot there by Van Ransbeck, in clipping that bat ball down to third man for 1 run. 16 runs and over, 79 for 7 after 14 overs. At this stage, Eastern Storm were 103 for 4.
My word. Gee, so Rasimani's figures currently after his 3 overs, he's taken 2 for 7. That's economical.
Yeah.
That is economical. Change of bowler coming on now. Novo coming in from the southern end. You said Tula is from KZN.
Yes, from KZN, the man from KZN. And this is his role in the team, that he bowls in the depth when he's now needed at the end. This is what he's been doing. I've seen the coach use him in all the past 3 games. him bowling at the end. In fact, in that other game, he had only bowled 1 over because the game was finished with the Duckworth Lewis system because of the rain.
Right.
Yeah. So 96 runs to win from 36 balls. Amanda, who's your money on, huh? Amanda says her money is on Easterns to win this game. I wouldn't call it yet because I've been surprised in many games before where I've seen teams chase runs like it was a joke. But yes, it's looking rather slightly difficult now where Northern Cape have put themselves in this situation at 16.3 runs and over required from them. And Bashir Walters, the big man, who's not really known for his batting, but being in there and Northern Cape having 3 wickets in hand. So Eastern Storm would really need to do poorly from this position to lose this game.
Tula Ngobo coming on from the southern end, left arm over the wicket, just pitched it full outside off stump, and Bashir driving it down the field where the long mid-off came into play.
Yeah, and interesting that Ngobo sticks to over the wicket for the left-hander, Gordon. I know you are not really happy with left-arm bowler bowling around the stumps to a right-hand batsman. I don't know what's your take now with him bowling over to the left-hander.
I would only assume.
Is that a chance there? No, to bounce just between the third man and the wicket keeper, and batsman getting 1 run from that. Mr. Van Ransbeck getting 1 run from that bat.
I would only assume he's comfortable bowling to both right and left-handed batsmen coming over the wicket, and doesn't want to mess up. His rhythm by coming around the wicket. I'm still trying to see if the ball is doing anything for him. Now he seems to be bowling full, particularly to the right-hander.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's his plan, especially or his role really in the team. That from what he's been used a couple of games, like I mentioned, is to come in at the end and bowl flat and straight, and look to hit the stumps.
It's a long time to wait, coming on in the 14th over or the 50th over. Oh, my word!
Did that get an inside edge?
Did he? Batsman's not too clear. Umpires are going to confer.
I think the umpire maybe is going to look to see if that was a clean catch.
Yeah. Well, from
the keeper.
From where I am, and my eyesight's being challenging, but I would say that was a clean catch.
Yeah, now he's confirmed it.
And Eastern Storm celebrating as the umpire has confirmed it was a clean catch. So would that have been an inside edge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Benjamin van Rensburg just 2 runs as well. Jeez, that is going to make for a very sorry scorecard to read. I'm trying to think. Only Thompson would have had double figures.
And his partner, who he was betting with, who got out on 25, you mentioned.
Oh, Viljoen.
Yes.
Viljoen.
Yeah.
Correct. Mount Gumption. Well, there we have it. Eastern Storm clearly storming in. And the storm seems to have passed us as well. Because now the skies on the southern end also clearing up.
Batsman coming in? Is that Klaba? Okay, we have Klaba coming in. He was the man who bowled his 4 overs straight unlike the previous bowlers who were bowling one each for Northern Cape. So let's see what he can also do, or what he's capable of with the bat. I don't know the young man, first time that I see him.
Right. So we're deep into the tail then. Oh, should we stick to your theory that you've seen many things happen in cricket?
Yeah, for me, the tail started when I saw Bashir walk in, but
Sure.
again, maybe it was a tactic, but let's see what Paba's got to offer.
Oh, and Ngoba welcomes him beautifully with a short ball directed straight at the helmet. And I think Baba saw it very late. Not convincing hitting that ball.
Yeah,
And maybe the ball hit the bat, not the bat hitting the ball there.
Yeah, no, definitely. He didn't see that, Gordon. His eyes were off the ball, and I'm sure he was just happy to hear the sound of the bat. And the ball hitting the bat, not the other way where the bat is hit, the ball is hitting the helmet. It looks like Andrew Rasemane would finish off his overs, coming in now to bowl his fourth over.
Bowled well so far. Very economical. Clearly kept the batsman under pressure as well. But the insight that you have of him, he would have the insights of the batsman that he played with last season. So worked them out beautifully and sticking to the plans.
For sure.
Oh,
And I think Shane Dadswell is just saying, we've got them down. Let's go for the jugular. So Rasemane is the senior bowler here. Finish off. Rasemane is missing is normally his opening partner in Chet Klassen, who I see is sitting out in this game.
right.
Because they've been opening the bowling in all formats this whole season.
Yeah, it seems like quite a tall order now because with Northern Cape Heat at 84 for 8 after 15, Eastern Storm were 118 for 4. So they've lost 4 more wickets and they plus minus 28 runs less,
Yeah.
24 runs less.
That run rate is just under 20 runs and over, Gordon. So I think even if me and you pair up now, there's nothing we can do. It's really now just seeing the last kicks of a dying horse.
I tell you what, now that you mention that, I could back myself against these bowlers here. At their pace, I would have thought over the years bowlers would generally have picked up pace, a good number of yards as to when we were still playing competitive cricket. So yeah, no, I would back myself at least getting us to 120 here, Colin.
I'm safe where I'm sitting, Gordon. I'm having a perfect seat and watching a beautiful cricket match. And Rasemane not overly doing everything and being greedy, because this sometimes, as bowlers at this stage of the game and bowling to tail enders, we're looking to take a wicket with every ball and forgetting to just do the basics. And the basics will do the rest for you. And that's exactly what Rasemane is doing here. He's just bowling it straight and making those batsmen play, because at this stage that's what you want.
As you said, senior bowler.
Yeah, and mentioning that Baba hits it straight down over his head for 4 runs, a few bounces, and for 4 runs. And I see Chet Klassen was the man chasing that. So he's on the field. We must just check for who, because he's the 12th man.
Simelani's gone off. Yeah, Simelani is the player that's gone off.
Oh, beautiful bowling there from Rasemane, and a beautiful response. Unfortunately, just missed everything. Missed the bat, missed the ball, the stumps. But good spell from Rasemane. 13 runs off those 4 overs and picking up 2 wickets.
No, certainly tightened the nozzle around the Northern Cape Heat necks, strangling them, going for the jugular, and I'm sure his captain would be happy with him, his teammates would be happy with him, and the knowledge that he has of the opposition team that he formerly played for assisted him with all his plans.
Yeah, and I must say, a really, really experienced Northern Cape side with Grant Thompson in it, and Jonathan Vandia, Bashir. I mean, you've got some experienced, well-seasoned cricketers in that team. So, good performance so far from Eastern Cape. Northern Cape still requiring a further 84 runs from 23 balls.
Jeez.
And that run rate now has gone just under 22 runs and over. So it's creeping up every over, Gordon.
Duckworth Lewis also has the predicted score, or where they should be. And Ngobo bowls Kaba.
Leg stump.
Legs.
West.
No?
Yeah, leg stump off the grounds. Leg, what do we call it? The West Indian style. Reminds me of a story I heard of a team who, when they won the toss to bowl, they would put water on the stumps and before they put them in, so that when they bowl you, you as a batsman must see the stumps tumbling, and then you think, yeah, these bowlers are very quick. They get balls stumps out of the ground. But with Ngobo there, we wouldn't say that's the case, because they've been bowling. They are the second team to bowl in this match.
Would the curator not be up in arms if the bowling team were to do that with the stumps?
At the beginning of the game, no, because you're not affecting the playing area. It's just the stumps. You just, if the stump the ground is hard and you can't put the stump in, that's what they normally do. Just water it a bit, just to loosen the ground so that it's easier for the stump to go in. But in what ends up happening after that is when the bowler hits the stumps, bowled, most of the time the stump gets out, and
So it tumbles.
that tumbling of the stumps,
Yes.
sometimes sends fear into a batsman, because he sees a stump tumbling around. He's thinking, hey, this bowler is very quick. And now coming in to bat is Tsepo and Tuli, the spin bowler who bowled beautifully earlier on. He's now required to come in, and really, I don't know what you say, Gordon. Here, is it to just see what can happen, or we already know what is going to happen?
No, let's make sure we at least see out our 20 overs. Let's not get bowled out before then. But with 1 wicket to go, Ngobo is tight, bowling full, targeting those wickets, and Tepo Nduli, he needed to focus and make sure that the ball is kept out. I would predict that Ngobo is going to try bowl a Yorker all the way through. Spectators catch as the ball hits the square, and then Dadswell, captain of Eastern Storm, fields in the extra cover area.
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting game, Gordon. Looking at some of the tactics of the Northern Cape team when they were bowling, and Eastern Storm using some of them and applying them on when they are bowling, and not only applying them but perfecting them.
Sure.
So it's been really, really interesting, especially also with the field placings of the fielders, on taking into consideration the longer boundary and the short boundary. They've used that very well, and they've applied themselves beautifully. So this game was very, very interesting. We saw some good cricket. It's a pity the batsmen didn't convert. We've had a few stats, but nobody converted to at least get a half century.
Indeed. And the beauty of all of this is having a former player, a former provincial coach, and now the cricket services manager here at Eastern's Cricket Union, share the commentary seat with me. I picked up quite a bit from just listening to you, Colin. Learned quite a bit, and I'm hoping all the youngsters out there picked up quite a bit as well, and we've been able to add value to their game as this particular match comes to an end. Looks like there's a change of bowler.
Yeah. Looks like the young man again.
Is it posthumous? No? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Divan posthumous?
Yeah, Divan Posthumous coming on to the attack, and maybe also being given the instruction by the captain to say, let's finish this off. And he gets clipped on the legs for a leg bye for 1. The young man there running to the boundary, Divan Mare, would have had a long day today. These are learning times for him.
Right.
As a young man, came in, first ball got out, now he's just fielded the whole day.
Good fun.
Yeah, in club cricket terms, they say you got a TFC. Hey, thanks for coming, because you did nothing to contributing to the team. But I'm sure he would have learned, because these are learning times for him in his early stages.
Just come off the Under-19 Men's World Cup. School cricket, and drafted into the senior men's provincial team or franchise team. So definitely it would be a learning curve for him as well. I'm sure Jeff Duyana would also be working with him and analysing exactly what his shortcomings were. Yeah. Although from where we were sitting though, the umpire saw it right, unless his bat got stuck and he didn't run it through. But he seemed to be quite upset that he was called run out.
Yeah.
Oh, Bashir jabbing at that ball and looking at the square leg umpire as if to say that was short and high.
Yeah, and the umpire signaling there that that's the one for the over. So anything else after that will be called a wide. That run rate creeping up again at 34.3 runs and over. Konja, what's the highest you can get, Gordon, in an over? 36, huh?
36, yeah.
So it's still possible.
Indeed.
And Bashir there clips one for 4 down to the short boundary on the offside to get a 4.
Talking about the maximum you can get, I had the privilege of watching Herschel Gibbs against the Netherlands in 2007 at the Cricket World Cup in the West Indies. Smack those 6 sixes. Up until then, I thought, let's just talk.
Oh, Bashir is open up again, those big hands. 2-3 bounces for 4 over the fielders there on the offside to finish the over, the 18th over, 103 for 9 after 18.
Yeah, that boundary brought up Northern Cape Heat's 100 runs. Actually, just by calculation, Colin, it's still possible, because there are 12 balls remaining. They need 72 runs to win. So if these two batsmen are capable of hitting 6 every single ball...
Capable being the word that we must underline.
Amanda chuckles here next to us here, and she's saying, even as a scorer, I don't think that's possible. 1 run to win. 1 run that Eastern Storm require. 72 runs that Northern Cape require of 12 balls.
A hit and a miss by Tsepon Tuli. And I think we'll see a few of those, Gordon. If Ngobo straightens up a bit, and then that miss will become a wicket. because that's exactly what they are looking for now. They just, I think Ntuli will just be looking to hit it and maybe to get Bashir on strike. There we go. Hitting it straight to long on for one, who is Chet Klassen, who's just come in for Simelane on the field.
And you know that because your eyes are that strong?
My eyes are very, very good.
Folks, the rest of you in the commentary box here.
Carrots for breakfast.
Would you identify that player at the far end? Yeah? Okay, look, he's interesting hairstyle aside, but yay, no. And I believe in the carrots, good for your eyes. So that's what you had for breakfast, you say?
Bashir is looking to go for big shots here, but unfortunately not middling them and looking at his bat like a typical batsman, blaming his bat that it's not delivering. Because that one, he had a big swing at it, going down to mid-wicket to the fielder there, Shailen Pillay, who picked it up, and he just got one run. Sorry, Gordon, what was your question?
Did you have carrots for breakfast?
Every day. If it's not carrot juice, it's salad. It helps. Amanda, you must try it out.
No, I think I shall employ that as well now. Carrot juice or carrots? There we go. Novo seems like a very calm character. I take it he doesn't get excited easily? Except, as the
inside
ball,
edge there by Tsepo. And it runs all the way down. It defeats Sikukune in his chase for that ball. And it goes for 4 runs, taking the Northern Cape score to 109. So after this ball, it will be 1 over to go, Gordon. And I'm interested in finding out what is your bonus point. What's the bonus point? You get it after the team by winning the score or winning the game with what percentage?
slower ball from Ngobo, and Ntuli just dabs it down and runs it through to deep cover.
110 for Northern Cape. Eastern Storm at this stage was way out at 162 for 7, and Northern Cape 110 for 9 after 19 overs.
Jeez.
Last ball to be bowled by Divan Postumus, and we can safely say now, Gordon, I don't know how safe, but I can safely say 65 runs in 6 overs, max being 36. You'll have to bowl terrible no balls that get hit for 6s.
And then, and get the free hits then
Yes.
as well. Yes.
That also get hit for 6s.
Yes.
And that run rate with just that dot ball moves from 65 runs and over to 78. This is where it amazes me, this run rate required, Gordon, because we know that they need 65 runs. How the run rate then goes to 68,
Goes to 78.
78 amazes me. But
Sure.
I'll leave that to the mathematicians, because all I know is they need 65 runs. Beautiful shot
Well played.
by Tsepo for 4 runs. Cut it straight between the gap there at point to go down for the boundary.
You waited for that. Again, the ball seemed to just have sat up, slowed down from the pitch, and Tsepo Ntuli just got onto the back foot, and beautiful cut to the boundary. They've now put the cover fielder out there as well, and Ntuli takes a big swig where Klaasen comes into field. That's how you recognize Klaasen. It's his hairdo.
I think you're not complimenting me, Gordon, that my eyesight is good. That side he was wearing a floppy, but I'll give it to you because my eyesight is worrying you. But Bashir clipping it, I think they're looking for 2, and it will be deadly at this stage to be looking to get the 2, knowing that even if you ran 4, it wouldn't do you any good.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, rather just see out your 20 overs, learn from it, and hopefully this will also assist you in your next game.
Yes, because you need some positives to take from this game to say, okay, we are capable of batting the 20 overs. It's just maybe the how.
Yes.
We must now deal with.
Indeed. I think somebody must have heard you, Colin, because that required run rate has now come down from 78 to 48. Oh my word! Sorry, just being corrected electronically.
Oh, bold leg stump.
Last ball of the innings. That required run rate should actually read 148.
Yeah.
Not 48.
Yeah.
Yes, and with that ball, Posthumous bowls Ntuli with the last ball of the innings. Posthumous figures 1 for 33 or 4, and Eastern Storm bowling out Northern Cape Heat for 117 in their 20 overs after setting a target of 175 for them to win. Quite an interesting game. Rather short for the short format of cricket. But the Eastern Storm bowlers have to be given credit after their batsmen had set that platform. So Eastern Storm win by 57 runs, and we congratulate Eastern Storm beating Northern Cape Heat by 57 runs. Silent hand clap to our right here from Amanda. So hopefully we'll find out very soon whether Eastern Storm would have gotten the bonus point. Yeah, I get a nod from the back here, a bonus point, and that is calculated by 80%. 80% is a percentage that 80% of the total.
Yeah.
80% of the total is what they managed to get.
Beautiful game all around, Gordon. Nice. I mean, all the overs were bowled today. The 40 overs, 20 aside. We've enjoyed some great cricket, some great bowling, some good fielding, and some promising batting. Because I say this because guys got stats but never really converted them to big scores. But the game was played in good spirit. There were some tactics being used, and the field is looking beautifully. And there's the groundsman Khadebe walking on to go see his baby and maybe thank him for how he behaved today. I mean, there was enough runs scored on this pitch, which is beautiful. So thank you very much to everyone from my side. Gordon, thank you very much. It was a pleasure and an honor to be sitting here with you and doing this commentary stint with you. I know you will be coming back for the other game on the 24th, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
I will not be here because I'll be on other duties, but all the best. And thank you very much to all the viewers and the listeners at home. And I think on behalf of Eastern Cricket, it was great hosting Northern Cape and hosting everyone here. So thank you very much, and cheers to everyone.
Colin, I must also thank you. It's been an honor and a privilege. I do need to highlight one thing which is beautiful to see. You did say Andrew Similani, Rasimene played for Northern Cape.
Yeah.
As they were congratulating each other, he hugged every single Northern Cape Heat player, including the physiotherapist Cherie Hendricks, as they were going out.
Yeah.
So that camaraderie, that friendship, that sportsmanship is still existent. To Eastern's cricket, thank you very much. And the next game here is on the 24th, Sunday the 24th, where Eastern Storm would be playing, if I'm not mistaken, the Limpopo Impala. If I'm not mistaken, yes. Limpopo Impala, next game here on the 24th, Sunday the 24th of March. 1 o'clock start again.
1 o'clock start.
1 o'clock start again. It's been a privilege again, as I said, Colin. And nice early start, but now we leave for traffic. Thank you very much. Thanks, team. Thank you for the opportunity again. And Amanda, thanks for entertaining us. Hope you enjoyed the lunch that Colin had cooked for you. I see kept you quiet all along as well. And she just laughs.